My name is Dan. This is Dan's Diamond Detailing. We give this little live stream a couple seconds. Awesome. Okay. Can everyone hear me okay? Check one, check one. Microphone, check one, check one. See if everything is good before I get all situated. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is everybody in? Are we good? What's up, Mondo? We looking good? Am I 1, 2, 1, 2? Is everything smooth and looking good? Before I jump in on this. First off, happy Friday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon. Look back there. Yes, man, you made it, Wisconsin Weekend Warrior. How are you guys doing today? Everything sounding good? Everything sounding great? Looks good. A little to no lag. Wonderful, great. And I think what I also notice is when I start making noise, like pressure washing noises or pouring water, it slowly adds a lag, and then I have to kind of like reset it by taking my earbuds out and redoing it. So I'll probably do that later on. Once, if you notice some sort of lag, just let me know and I'll try to reset it. So while people are starting to come in, happy Friday. Let me know what you guys are doing this weekend in the comments. Today we are going over Geon. Okay, so Geon is a car care brand from Korea. Okay, I've been noticing a lot of these car brands are from Korea. They seem to really know what they're doing over there. We're gonna do a quick rundown of what we're gonna do today. We have the full tire system. We got the tire cleaner, the wheel and tire with iron. It smells. I already know it smells, so it'll be good that we're doing this outside. And then we'll hit it with the tire dressing after the wash. And then we have foam, which again, just a full disclosure, I have not tried any of these products except for this bad boy, which we all know nice and well. And we did foam a couple days ago as a pre-wash. And then we're gonna come in with a rinseless today. So all you soap people, I'm sorry, we're doing rinseless today with the Eco Wash, and then we're actually gonna make this as a waterless or a drying aid. We'll deep dive all this in just a second. And then when that drying aid, we'll do a quick detail or two, see if there's a little difference between their drying aid as Eco Wash and their designated quick detailer. We're gonna do a little glass, not that type of glass, Breaking Bad. We're gonna do glass cleaning with glass, not Breaking Bad glass, okay? And also, sorry, back it up. Zoop, 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 zoop. Back it up. We'll try a little Geon wet coat, which I think a lot of people are mostly familiar with compared to everything else. Let's see how that performs. And then last but not least, we will be doing a little interior detailer. So let's go over, see what's going on with the comments. And I'm going to kind of deep dive the wheels real quick. And then I'm going to get the wheels situated and we'll take it from there. Okay. Yes. Happy Friday, everybody. What's up, enthusiast? What's up, Mondo? Okay. So today we are going to do a more so of a wash. As you can see, I took the rack off earlier at like 4 o'clock, a couple hours ago. I came in with the angle grinder, and then I came in with my whatever screw thingy, and I drilled out the lock. So I'll show you that guys later. But first, let's knock out the tires system. So first from Geon, yeah, the rack is actually gone. It's crazy. So they have a tire system in a beautiful bottle. Has like a kind of a glacier, frosted black glacier. Looks like if you want to scan this QR code, you got a chance to win a year supply of Geon products. So if you want to scan that, there you go. Let's see. For the directions, they say rinse the wheel well. Spray a moderate amount of tire cleaner on the tire surface. Agitate with a brush. Let it dwell. Do not let dry on surface. Rinse with a pressure washer. Never work in direct sunlight. Work in a well ventilated area. Keep out of reach of children. Their tire brush is actually this brush right here. So we're going to be doing their tire cleaners with their tire cleaning tools. So we have the tire brush. We also will be coming in for the wheel face. We have the mitt. Seems pretty nice. I got a little bit of the bag there. We'll try that out. See how their mitt is. It looks pretty soft, pretty broken in, not very stiff. So I think that'll be nice. I'm gonna slowly move stuff over here, and they have a for the spokes or wheel wells as you like or not. It's not it's not, is it the wheel wells or is it the fender wells is the one over the tires, right? And then the wheel wells or spokes, I don't know, what do you call it? Is it still wheel wells? Maybe it is still wheel wells. But for the wheel wells, we have this Geon. Looks like it's kind of like a one of those like, do you guys have those long things that help clear your ventilation, your dryer vents in the house, and they're like come in long coils? It seems like that type of material with kind of like a stiff rubber Geon on the handle. The hole is decent size, not really not big enough for some of these hooks that I have there. I wish it was a little bit bigger, and we'll give that a shot here. So with the tools for the wheels out of the way, we got the wash mitt, we got the wheel spoke, we got the tire scraper. I will bring that over to the bucket soon. We also have the wheel cleaner iron. Okay. I, I don't even have to open this. You just kind of crack it. You could smell. You could smell butt cheeks, as Eddie would say. Butt cheeks. What's up, Vice? How are you doing, my friend? What's up, Flint? So for the directions for the butt cheeks, for wheel cleaner, so wheel cleaner with iron. I think I asked this. I haven't done enough research, but it says there's iron. I smell it. Do people use this as an iron remover on the paint? Have you tried it? Does Geon have it designated? I'm assuming Geon just has iron. I would have to check, but I think Geon just has iron. What's the difference? Would love to know what you guys thought. And then for this one, it's a shake well before use. Applying a cool pre-washed wheel. Let work for 2 to 4 minutes, but don't let it dry. Okay, so that's important. Don't let it dry. And it's not windy here. It's like pretty much perfect conditions right now. Don't let it dry. Agitate the product with the HQ wheel mitts, which we have, or wheel brush, which we have, and then rinse heavily. Use eye and skin protectant. Work in ventilated space. So they're letting you know it smells like butt cheeks. Okay. Okay. So and then no, if you notice, both of these are RTU. I don't know if the larger ones are dilutable, but for me, cost effective, no. Right now, no. But let's see how they perform. Not everything has to be cost effective, but right now I'm noticing that they're just kind of, I don't have to pre-pour, they're just right out the bottle. Let's see here. Wet coat is sweet. Yeah, definitely. I still think Katsuba and Luminous is a little bit, especially for the price point per ounce. It's crazy. Yep, the rack is gone. All righty. What's up, Rico? Okay, then not to jump ahead, but at the very end, we're gonna come in with Tire Express. I opened it already. Well, I never tried it. I kind of just cracked it, and it has a like a chocolate smell or something to it. Let's see. Sweet, sweet, like chocolate, like a sweet coffee smell. Very good smell. This is second to Yum V2. Yum V2 has like a blueberry smell. All right, so I think I'm going to jump into foam after I well we did foam, but I'll go over foam after I do the wheel. So right now I'm just going to take everything off the cart, go get my um actually you know what? Never mind. What I'm gonna do is still deep dive and then get the wash bucket and wheel it over there. So after the tires, we are gonna come in with foam. Foam is their pre-wash. I'm kind of jumping the gun here. So we did this on what is it, Wednesday? Foam is their pre-wash. What's up, AK? Hope you're doing well. Smells like, as I mentioned, like shaving cream. It's hard to tell in the bottle, but once you foam it, it opens up and it has more of a shaving cream smell. Not bad. I think the dilution was a little heavy, which is 1 to 5 in the foam cannon. 1 to 5. Okay, so 1 to 5. I think we should use quiver today because we did drift last time. We did griot. So let's do quiver 1 to 5 foam cannon after the wheels, and then rinseless. We haven't done rinseless yet, or at least not in a while. Rinseless eco wash. This is an interesting instruction, so I will break this down with you. So listen to this carefully. For their waterless wash, dilute 1 to 10 to 1 to 15. So that's really strong for waterless. And then liberally spray liberally on the surface. Wipe in a straight line motion until streak free finish. Straight line motion. Okay. Then for rinseless, you would think rinseless would be the standard. What is it, guys? What's the standard? 256 to 1, right? Half an ounce to a gallon, right? So it's not. Don't know why, but it's not. It is 50 to 80 mils in 12 liters of water. Now, I did a quick little check what that is. That's between 240, I think, 240 to 150. Okay. So they're saying recommend between 240, which is still not 256, to 150. So let's try 80 mils, I guess, 80 mils to 12 liters tonight. And then soak multiple microfibers in your wash solution. Now we're going to be using the tri-fiber and we're going to be trying that Yum Popo. I'll show you in just a second here. We're going to try and compare those two. Yeah, I don't like microfiber. The panel method is outdated. Just letting you guys know, Gian. Change towels often. Drying aid. For drying aid, so remember, waterless is 1 to 10 to 1 to 15. Their drying aid is 1 to 20. So normally, what is drying aids for people with rinseless? 1 to 28, 1 to 64, right? 1 to 20 is pretty heavy. Same thing with their waterless, 1 to 10, 1 to 15. That's pretty heavy to me. And then spray on a wet surface for your drying towel, and then spray and then dry the surface. Keep out of reach of so they're saying spray on a wet surface or in your drying towel. Just spray it on your surface. The drying towel. The drying towel will figure out what it's got to do. Okay, it's going to dry. All right, so that's the 2-in-1. We're going to use this as a rinseless. We're going to use this as a drying aid, and then portion of the car we are going to come in with the QD, their quick detailer. Wash the car with the shampoo of your choice. Thank you, and dry it. Okay, dry it. All right, so I guess quick deal. It's not drying it. Okay, dry it. Then spray directly on the surface and wipe with the Geon microfiber or your choice until full gloss. Possible use as a drying aid. Okay, now they're saying drying aid on wet panels. Drying aid. We're gonna try this as a drying aid. We ain't got no time for glossing it up because I think before we do that one, zip, 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 we're gonna come in with their. I think this is their number one product. I think this is like a lot of their sales. This is their Geon wet coat. This is their spray on rinse off sealant. Okay. RTU. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but Kataba's 1 to 100 to 1 to 200. So is Luminous. So this is RTU. That means it's very expensive in my book. Ultimate super hydrophobic spray and rinse coating for all exterior. Okay. So shake well before use. Use only on a clean and wet surface. Rinse immediately after application. With a large amount of water, do not let dry. Do not use in direct sunlight. Use it only on a cold panel in warm conditions. Work in sections. Yada yada yada. We know how to do spray and rinses. We'll see how this performs. We already know it's pretty good. It's just not really cost effective. And then the last two is glass. Don't really know how to go tell you about glass. It will not affect your rain repellent. Spray onto a glass Evo, I guess that's their glass towel, and clean the surface. Give the surface a quick wipe with a dry. Okay, you know how to clean glass. And then their interior detail. Now, the thing about this interior detail is really interesting to me. I took a quick whiff of this because if you watched on Wednesday, I had a hard time opening this bottle. So what I did was I kind of wrenched it open and it smelled like alcohol. And I was like, wait, is this the glass? Is this like a glass cleaner? And then no, I double checked. No, and the alcohol is a disinfectant. This is a I don't know if this is 100% sure, but this is a disinfectant interior cleaner. Which I don't know how many disinfectant interior cleaners are out there. So that's pretty amazing. We should try that out. I have a car right there. It holds a 1-year-old baby and a 14-year-old dog every day. So that car is not cleaned very often. So well, I clean it often, but it gets dirty quite easily. So this will be nice to try. And if this disinfects, I will feel better that my interior is getting cleaner because it's not like a Porsche that just has some middle-aged guy who drives it once a week. This thing is driven like 2 hours a day with a 100-pound dog and a baby making baby messes everywhere. So this would be nice to try out. Okay, let's read some of these comments and I'm going to get to the wheels. Oh, and also for the rinseless, normally I come in with the sprayer, the Marilac sprayer. I got the keg sprayer right in here. There's the keg sprayer. There's a lot of ways to put rinseless on the paint, but today we are going to be trying the Solo versus this new one I just found called the Flora Flex. What I already critiqued in my previous spiels is that I do not like this proprietary charger here. I do not know when it's charging. I don't know when it's fully charged. I don't know when it's getting low because there's no lights. Someone said in the chat this thing will last you a year. I can try that, but I probably won't because I'll probably return this. But let's try to compare it against this other one. The price of this, I believe, on Amazon is like 44.95, which is exactly the same price as this Flora. But I had to pay for shipping on that one, and I didn't see this on Amazon. Um, and so I ended up paying about 58 because even though it was the same price, it was like 12, $13 for shipping. So let's take a look at the sprayer heads. Nice weighted ball. You can kind of see this sir, sir, come back down. Bruh. He doesn't want to look down. Okay. So right? So small head. I don't like that, but also I kind of do sometimes because I can screw a funnel on this, right? It's a pretty much like a universal spray head size. Now this one, I noticed it's got this like shielding. The other one's kind of like straight. I'll show you in a second. This hole is a lot bigger. Well, not massively bigger. Not metal, not a metal ball. So I would say the other one has like a little bit more weight to it. Let's compare these bottoms real quick. So bigger difference, right? Okay. This one wins that. Easier to pour. Which one is easier to see on measurements? You can kind of see the measurement on that top there. This one has the full sides. So Solo literally just says max right there and nothing else, and it says 1 liter. This one shows you the entire stuff on the whole thing right there. So 2 0, same size, same material, HPDE. This one, I visually do not say it, but there is a sticker on it that I have to read. It just says that the battery is made in Germany. I don't see an initial. So 3 0. Three, I at least know what plastic it is easily. I still don't even know what the Solo is. Let's see the length of hose. All right, so they're about the same length. This is a metal one with no screen, but it's a nice weighted metal ball. This one has a screen. Has a screen but no weighted ball. This screen is more important than metal ball. 4 0. I have not used. I honestly have not used either of them. This came in today and I charged it. So back to the charging. Charging. Don't like proprietary chargers that I have to keep one cord. This is a big upgrade, but it's still not perfect. It is a micro USB, which is like if you had Androids or old phones from like 10 years ago, this is still better because you still might still have a bunch of these cords, but it's not a micro USB-C, right? Everyone's using USB-C now. So if this was USB-C, I'd be like for sure 5 0. But I'd say definitely better than this. So still 5 0, but not by very much. And then if you see this, this is a charging light. So when it charges, this giant light is red, and I can see it from 30 feet away. And when it charges and it's done, it turns blue. And I think when you push the button, yep, it turns blue when I use it. So 6 0. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. Let's see how those perform when I perform the rinseless wash. So, what are you guys thinking so far? Have you seen these Flora flexes? What are your thoughts on it? Oh, and let me look at the bottom of these too. So here's the bottom. Okay, I don't really have a set opinion on this part, so there's no real like. I just think this is better because it's like has more protection of like. Look at that hold, and here you're kind of like, I don't know. I don't think that really matters much difference, but I think the other stuff I mentioned makes a big difference. So having a filter, having a filter on it, having something that you can pour better, something where you actually know it's being charged, something, something where you can actually see where it's measuring. So yeah, 6-0 right now. I think the Solo is not even comparable, other than the fact that they charge the same price. We will fill this with rinseless in just a moment. Let me do the wheels. I'm kind of getting a little carried away here. Let's see. The Solo empty is very tipsy. Yeah, absolutely. I just brushed the Solo and it flipped over and fell off my table. I was like, okay, that's not good. Um, and yeah, as you see the Solo, it's got like little nipples here, little bumps, and it's not it's very wobbly. This is flat. It's not much better, but I can feel the difference. Oh yeah, look at that. Uh, uh, yeah, you can definitely tell that the Solo is a lot heavier. Solo is also heavier. I don't have a scale in here, but yeah, that's just so much better. Anyways, we'll try them out. Getting carried away. I like the older Solo a lot better. Yeah, I think Detailing Breakdown has the older Solo. It looked better too. I almost feel like they downgraded because the other one looked better. Dan is a fresh bottle. What is that? Are you talking about a wet coat? No, that's still almost empty. Oh, and also for today, I'm going to give away for 3 people. So at the end of this video, say hashtag Gian, and I'm going to pick a winner. For 3 people, I'm going to give out 4 ounces of this. 4 ounces. So that'll be enough for you to make at least a solid rinseless and a waterless solution. So you can try this yourself. Okay. All right. And maybe even 2 rinselesses if you don't want to do a waterless or a drying it. Okay. So while you guys are chatting, I'm going to get the wheels. The wheels are there. I'm just thinking on the fly. So let's get the tools. I already put water in the bucket just to save me a little bit of time. So let me get the wheel mitt and the scrubbing brush. We'll get this ready. We'll put on the pressure washer. I'm going to bring you guys over there. I tightened up the I tightened up the hose here. So hopefully, not that you can hear any of my noise anymore, but I pretty much cleaned up the pressure washer so it doesn't surge as much as it was doing before. That surging was super annoying. All right, so this is what I'm going to try to do. Actually going to do something different. I don't know how this is going to work. What I'm going to try to do is flip the brain. I'm going to flip the brain. Yes. And then I'm going to flip the camera. And then I'm going to have it follow me with the better camera. Right? Okay, so it's following me with the better camera. And I'm going to get everything ready here. Let's get some air out, purge the air. All right, yes. I'm assuming you can't hear that. No, thinking here. I kind of actually don't want to do this. I want to just have it focus on the wheels. All right, that looks good. And then, yep, it's just surging and surging and surging. I think it's the leaking from the faucet, but I don't see. I see very little leaking. But yeah, it's leaking. So ego keeps. Yep, it's just surging and surging. I don't like this. I think I'm about to switch to the active. So right now, like they said, pre-rinse. I normally rinse anyway. Okay. In the wash bucket, I just have water because I'm just kind of really lazy right now. And let me go get the 2 tire cleanings. It's called, eh, and we're doing it the way they do it. All right. So first things first, coming in with Gion's wheel and it's called tire cleaner. Okay. In fact, let me go get my backup phone because I just want to make sure you guys can hear me and see me. Yeah, that looks good from here from my laptop. All right, that looks good. Everyone can hear me, right? Yeah, I'm sipping on an espresso right now. It's a decaf. Thanks for reminding me. I need to take a sip. Okay. Not surging right now. That's good. Good news. Thank you. Thank you for being quiet. Okay, so we're gonna come in with the Geon scrub brush. I kind of like the contour. I'll see if I actually really like it, but at least visually it looks kind of cool how it kind of like grips to your hand. So we'll see. Oh, that is the iron. So wheel cleaner, nice black frosted bottle. Put it on the spray. Coming out okay. Every sprayer head not has doesn't have to be perfect. They said let it sit for like a minute or two, but also agitate with the brush. Normally, I'm not liking this angle right now. Let's get some of it on there. Let's go again with it. Bubbling is okay. Kind of smells like a solvent. Not too pleasant. I don't like the shape of this brush. Kind of slippy. Yeah, it's already slipping. I kind of wish I had like a handle. Maybe there's a way to hold this, but right now I'm not a fan of this brush. Yeah. Bubbling is like 2 out of 10. I like to see foam kind of going back and forth. I do see a little bit of browning here, so that's good. The bristles are fairly stiff. I can kind of feel it getting into the cracks here, but I do not like this shape. It's I don't know how to rate it, but I don't it's not for me. This is not my style of brush. I don't like this. And then let's see here. It's kind of slippery too. It's pretty slippery. We're gonna come in with the Geon wheel mitt. Make sure it's still sitting there. I 2 hours ago I did a quick live stream and I used my angle grinder and I sawed off the rack and when I was doing the drilling out of the lock, I put the camera there and it kept like rotating and moving around. It was the worst experience ever. So now we're gonna come in with something that I already know it smells just because I was like getting even close to the bottle. So I want you to spray the wheel face. Ooh, yeah, it smells. This stuff smells pretty pungent. Ooh, yeah. Oof. Definitely very strong. Probably getting all over my gloves here. I would definitely recommend wearing some sort of breathing um mask, respirator if you're sensitive to this stuff. Definitely make sure you're doing this outside because even right now it's not pleasant. Um, let's give it like a 1 minute. Let's give it 1 minute and see if it starts to bleed. Let's just give it a minute and I'll kind of like go get my backup phone and just kind of see if I can read the comments from behind me here. My hips hurt just sitting there. I'm old, guys. I don't have good hips. If you saw when I was walking to the car, I have the rack attack or the Ivan LaCroix cart, and I can't even sit on that thing because it just kills me. All right, let's see here. Yes, we can hear you. Gian has the best bottle presentation. Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. Get your new DF. Yeah, I should bust those out right now. Should I try it or should I just kind of do it the Gian way? These bubbles are just awful. Bubbles are awful. It smells pretty bad out here, but I don't mind. I don't mind the rotten egg smell. To be honest with you, I'm used to it. Now the brake rotors are nice and bleedy. It's been a minute. Let's come in here and just kind of take a quick peek at this. Okay. So right now, the wheels are starting to bleed a little bit. Starting to. If you see the rotors back there, they're actually pretty red. Let me see if I can get some sort of angle there. But not super aggressive red. I wouldn't say there's very much bleeding. There's some right here. Very little. All right, let's clean this bad boy. Rotors. Yeah, like there's just a little bit, right? Not very much. Okay, let's come in. I don't think I'm gonna do two wheels. This isn't very what's the nice way of saying enjoyable or fun? Yeah, I don't. And here, I'll just show you the front wheel because this is the same side, right? Because I usually do one side at a time. Okay. Look up. They're not the dirtiest, but they're not the cleanest. There's some schmutz. There's a little bit of schmutz on it. Okay. They're not, 10 out of 10 dirty, but they're like, 3 out of 10. Okay. There's some stuff to play with. There's a little bit of stuff. So okay. Get back into this mix. Let's get back into this moog. All right, so I'm gonna comment with the wheel face, see how it feels. I'm assuming the way it looks, I'm not expecting a show like wheels or wheel foam or any of the yums. So let's dip this with the water. Cold water. I usually like nice warm water, but whatever. Is it supposed to feel slick? It feels relatively slick. Not like it doesn't feel like slick like there's be a whole bunch of bubbles here. Now, one of the pros of having no bubbles at all is that I can at least see if it's been cleaned, right? Like if it's really sudsy, it's kind of hard. If you're not super methodical, it's sometimes you can miss spots and you might not see it until like 6, 7 hours later when the car's dried and you're like, oh, didn't wipe that one spoke. So yeah, so I give that a perk. But personally, to me, I'm usually methodical enough that I don't tend to miss much spots unless I'm just kind of just quick with it. So I do like foam. And for me, foam to me is dwell time. When you say on a product, blah, 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 warning, do not let this stuff dry on the car, and you're giving zero bubbles, there's like zero bubbles to there's a little bit right there. Right there we go. We have to like immediately agitate, right? Like, I don't know. I guess there we go. Now we're starting to get some bubbles. Oh, look at that. I don't know. Maybe I just have to kind of like immediately work into it. And even still, this is not like write home and tell all your friends, look at this. I'd say this is like now it's looking somewhat decent. I wouldn't say this is excellent by any means. And the smell, it's obviously pretty rough. So obviously a pretty rough smell. So 3 out of 10 for smell. Now let's come in with their smoke brush. A little bit of dirt there. Let's just keep going. It's kind of not fitting behind my tight here. The sponge gurus did a really good job of that before. It was the small ones. Yeah, I can't get in there. So I'm not gonna force it. I see some red bleeding there. Little dunk, pretty much gone. I don't see any dirt. So that's good. So that's good. Pass the dunk test. Yeah, some nice dirt right there. This again, there's nothing in here but just water. Normally, I'll put like a rinseless, a little bit of APC, or some soap for lubricity. But here, I'm just really just trying. Pretty good. I don't see any dirt, so that's a good. I'd say solid A for the dunk test. Oh, there's some nice dirt there. There's some nice dirt with some bleeding. We'll do a quick dunk test of that. Yeah, you can see that. It's really just right here. A little bit of. I don't want to be gross, but this what does this look like that could be bleeding? I'm just gonna say that. So to me, not the prettiest. No wiping on the walls, completely gone. So that's good. That's good. Like that. It does feel like I'm washing the wheel wells pretty well. I do. Let me just finish this out to get it nice and dirty. All right, so that's fairly dirty. Little little swirl. I'd still say there's a slight smidge, but I didn't wipe it on the walls or anything. Little on the walls. pretty much all gone. So that's good. I'd give that a B plus, a B plus for the for that. It didn't really fit through the parts of my car. And I guess my pressure washer is off. So let me get that beast back on. Should come with the perfectly safe brush in this. So it looks like there's the way it's rinsing off, it doesn't even look like there's really even any soap in there. So I don't know what to think on that. It still looks like there's some sort of protection here. This looks flat right here, but this definitely still looks like, yeah, it looks somewhat flat, but it definitely looks like I'd say it's about 50%. So it's definitely not completely killed off, whatever. That tire scrubber is just honestly awful. I did not like that shape. Do not like that shape at all. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for wheels. I don't really care. Let me see what you guys are saying here. You just might have super clean wheels. Yeah, it's doubtful. Wheel foam is the biz. B Riley that and Blaze. Blaze is also really good. I love and hate iron remover. Yeah, see the thing is I don't really mind the smell, but that what we just used, I would not recommend using that inside. I would, like they said, very much use this in a well ventilated area. Let me now put the brain back in. Where are you, brain? Where are you? There you are. All right, so now hit this button and it should follow me. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is going to get the bucket. Actually, come with me, guys. And I will get the bucket here and let you see how I pour cuz I always do the pours. Let you see how it looks and all that fun stuff. Super nice out today. Super nice out. We are going to be using the ADS wheel bucket, and we're going to be using the solar sprayer and the Flora Flex. So, oh shit, and we're going to get the foam. Oh crap. Yeah, so let's do foam first. Foam, and I said quiver, right? So let's get the quiver. Quiver. So let's get quiver. We're going to do 1 to 5 of foam. And then just because I know I need to bring rinseless, let's bring rinseless over there. So we'll do 1 to 5 of foam real quick. So today we're going to be using quivers, which is basically an MJJC with his own color and his own little splash to it. And we are going to be coming in with Geon foam 1 to 5. So 40 mils for 200 milliliters, right? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, right? So 40 mils. Always shake your bottles. Let's get 200 mils of water. A little over 200. It was like 210 or something. Okay. And then we are going to get 40 mils. I can't remember how it poured. We literally used it on Wednesday and I already forgot. But that's why we do these tests. So we are going to be doing 40 mils. So that's 30 plus 10. White, pretty easy to pour. Almost looks like Sprite. Got little micro bubbles in there. Again, it has like a shaving cream foam. Pours very well. Good 9. A 9 out of 10 for pour. And then we're going to do 10 more mils. Let me flip it so I can actually see. There we go. So that's 10. So we're at 40 mils for 200 mils. That's 1 to 5. Again, we're not doing the whole car. If I was doing the whole car, I'd probably do half a mil or 500 milliliters. So now, and then since we're here, let's just be effective, right, guys? So we're gonna fill up 12 liters because there's pros and cons to this bucket. The pro to this bucket, it's measured. I like that a lot. The cons to this bucket is the handles are in a way where I need to use 2 hands. It would be nice if I had a handle and I could just walk it to wherever and carry something else. But I have to pretty much designate a whole trip just for this bucket. So first world problem, guys. I know. So we're gonna get 12 liters, like they said, 12 liters. Now, normally I'll do the 256 to 1 method, right? Half an ounce to a gallon. 4 liters is roughly 3 gallons. So we would do half an ounce and a half. They want 50 to 80 mils. Okay. 1 ounce is 30. So 3 ounces would be 90 milliliters. They want 50 to 80, right? 50 to 80. That's actually, is that stronger? Is that stronger than 256 to 1? Now I'm starting to think that's stronger. Oh, this is foam. That's why it's not showing on me because that's foam. Rinseless. And we're right at 12 here. We're right at 12. So for rinseless, 50 to 80 mils in 12 liters. So 3 ounces, ounce and a half, right? Ounce and a half. I was saying 3 ounces. So an ounce and a half is 30 plus 15. So it's 45 mils. They want to do 50 to 80. So they want to use almost twice the amount of products. To me, it should be 256 to 1, not 1 to 150 or 1 to 240. Just be standard like everyone else. 256 to 1. Just reformulate this. I don't know. But let's try it. We're going to do the way they did it, 80 mils. So here's some water. In fact, actually, to me, this looks contaminated. It looks like I didn't rinse this out. So let me just rinse this completely. I think there's still some gentle snow foam in here. And I don't feel comfortable trying this out with a contaminated bucket. So bear with me, guys. I have a little behind the scenes here. Gotta get the walls all washed off. Just like in a car, there's that thin layer of film that you kind of have to agitate. And I guess you can't hear any of this noise, so that's okay. We'll come back in with the grit guard. I'm gonna rinse this real quick. The grit guard outside of the bucket. Okay. Place the grit guard nice and snug. It goes in very easily. And I will try to speed this up here real quick. Very slippery. Maybe it's the gloves. Could be the gloves are on backwards. Let me just get some new gloves. Getting close to 12 liters here. So 12 liters, we're going to do 80 mils, pretty much their strongest dilution, which is going to be 1 to 150. So we're going to do 1 to 150. Eco wash. See, this looks a lot better now, right? That looks a lot better. So 12 liters. Try not to. Again, wish there was a handle. That's my only criticism. I like that it's clear. I like that you can measure. Just wish there was a handle. So we're going to do 30. Ooh, white. Chalky. I already see the polymers separating on the very bottom. So definitely shake this up. Mild smell, almost like a citrusy. Now I have the camera flipped, so I can't really see what you're seeing. So I pray that you can see this. So I'm gonna pour the first 30 mils of 80. Breaks up pretty well. So 30, 60. And it's almost like coconut milk. Kind of hard to see now. The polymer lines are really sticking. So 30, 60, and then 20, right? 20. There's 20. Pretty cloudy. You see how the grit guard up now it's kind of going down to the bottom. All right, so let's get this, put this on the workbench here. And then we are trying 2 different pads today. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone can hear me. Wouldn't that be funny if I had you guys muted for like the last 20 minutes and I just didn't know? Especially because now that it's the camera's on the other side, I really have no idea what you're seeing. So let me just do this really quick since I have my fancy lights I got for Amazon for $60. We got the tri-fiber, which everyone is familiar with. And we're gonna come in also with the detail popo, white, super soft. It looks like one fiber. Um, I'll try to show this to you later, but let's come in and flip this. So you'll be able to see two parts of the car. So when I wash the car, you can see it from both sides. And then now I think it's following me. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Could you guys see the detail popo? All right. So first I can still smell the iron. Dunk these bad boys, get them nice and situated. The yum feels like it goes in the water very well. This thing is like just does not want to submerge. It feels like like a sponge, like a hydrophobic sponge. Squeeze it a few times, it's going in. The smell, what is that smell? It's like a Sprite, chemical Sprite. It's kind of like it's like a chemical Sprite, and I have to kind of smell for it. It's not very strong. We're gonna come in with foam real quick in the foam cannon. So let's get all this stuff out the way. Did I bring the foam cannon? No, I did not. So come with me. Let's go get the quiver rogue or quiver foam cannon. Let's go with this eco wash. So we have 1 to 5 of foam in the quiver foam cannon. Let's turn it on. And I know you boys, you want me to foam it dry. So let's foam this stuff dry, okay? Let's make sure you guys can see me. It looks like you can. All righty. And let's get foaming. This rear, this rear has not been washed in like a solid month. I've been pretty much just washing the left side or the right side of the car and just pretty much haven't washed the back, especially with the rear rack being all messed up. You can understand why I haven't really spent much time uh, washing the rear. So this will actually be a pretty good example to see how foam holds up with a rear that hasn't been washed in like a good month. This is pretty much empty. Pretty much ran it down. I could hear it kind of. So it's pretty much empty. So this was 200 milliliters of water with 40 milliliters of foam, 1 to 5. I was able to get pretty much half the car. So I would recommend at least 500 mils. And I didn't really spend any time in the wheels, right? The wheels itself could have been another 200 milliliters of foam cannon. So we'll let this sit, turn off this, keep it from surging. Maybe read some of the comments here while you guys, and I'll stand by the car so you guys can see it. Otherwise, I'd have to take the brain out. Yeah, so tri-fiber looks pretty good. Let me take the brain out and play with it here. Brain, bye bye. Okay, now I can walk behind you. Oh, there we go. How, by the way, guys, how gorgeous is it out here, huh? How gorgeous is this just beautiful day? Just absolutely gorgeous. Let me come around and double flip. There we go. Nice. Again, as mentioned, do you notice how it's, dude, stop, please. Do you, do you see how it's sticking here, but it's not really sticking there? We need to do a full correction and see what and here too, kind of, right? You see how this is looks like it's not moving at all, but something here is not letting it sit so well. I think Fireball was in the chat on Wednesday, which is awesome. If you guys stick around to the end, I have some things I want to show you guys with Fireball. Also, a reminder now that I'm thinking about it, I'm giving away 3 4-ounce bottles of Eco Wash. So you can try your own rinseless wash and or quick drying aid. So hashtag Gion once this live is over. Or if you're sneaky, you can also you're gonna have to double click and like this live and maybe share it too. It doesn't hurt to share. It's really starting to break up here. So I'm giving away in 24 hours. I'm going to give away 3 bottles that I will self pour and send out to you of Eco Wash. Just hashtag Gian. Like this live. Feel free to share it just to help me out. And we also have not tried Eco Wash. It's right here, looking nice and somewhat milky. Here's the detailed popo, right? So it's got a kind of a squishy, heavy. Feels right now very heavy. I haven't squeezed it out yet, but right now, just right at the bat, that feels very heavy. Heavy, but it feels about half the weight. So we'll see how those perform shortly once we rinse this active foam off. The smell of foam, it has like a lemony shaving cream smell. It's very light. Is it pulling any of the dirt off? It's kind of hard to tell. Will be interesting right now. Also, it does not look like it's doing very well with that kind of like, where you see that line where it kind of like that's considerably dirtier than this part because the abrasions from the wiper. It already looks like it's not really hitting too much, right? Looks like it's kind of, but looks like between the two is, yeah. We'll see. Smells like a lemon cleaner shaving cream. The blowback wasn't too bad. Okay, let's come in and rinse this bad boy off, shall we? Do you guys kind of like it stationary when I do the rinse offs? Do you like it stationary or do you like it like tracking me? I think right here this will be good because then you can kind of see both sides. All right, so I'm gonna come back in, turn on the pressure washer. Where did you go? You're around somewhere. Oh, it's right here, right? And you're okay. I gotta start getting used to being outside again. It's been a while. All right, spray from top to bottom. I also haven't been washing the roof very much. Now, as you know, cars' roofs don't tend to get that dirty, but right now it's starting to get pollen season. So pollen is a bit, sorry, am I swearing? Pollen does suck, and it's out here, and I'm already seeing that light yellow dusting on the paint when you're like at the grocery store and you're walking up to your nice clean car and you're like, oh man, it's already getting the pollen. So I see that. The rinse off right now, it's 55 degrees, virtually no wind right now. So it's pretty much perfect environment. We're out of the sun. This rinse off is very good. I'd say it's a solid 8 or 9. Again, the smell is very mild. So if you're not a very strong smell guy, this might be a very good pre-wash for you. It must be obviously wax friendly because it's not hitting anything. This doesn't even look like the pre-wash knocked anything out. So if you're looking like this for a decon, I would say this is not a good decon pre-wash, but it's washing off the film pretty well, but there's still some solid beating on the paint. I'm gonna save some of these wheels for later. Oh, and by the way, I told you, hashtag Gion in the comments, giving away 3 bottles of Eco Wash, so you can try it at home. And I also was saying, stay towards the end of the video, and I have a couple things to show you guys, which you might find interesting as well. So rinse off, pretty good. It's a little harder right now because it's colder, and I don't think I'm using very hot water. I'm using like pretty much, I don't know, 70 degrees water. So that does play a factor when you're cleaning. Having hot water does help. Starting to get a little splash there. Let's see how this is. I'm actually gonna, let's do a double layer of just let's see what this thing can do here. You can still see the beating is very good on the glass. Very good under the subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm giving away a full liter of rapid rinseless wash when I get to 200. I think I'm getting kind of close. I think I'm at like 190 or something like that. Just kind of get off the overspray here. Can someone in the comments remind me what the pH of Xeon foam is? I wonder if it's pretty high. I don't think it's very high. I bet it's like a 10 or 11, maybe. All right. So that's looking good. Let's come in with the camera and maybe we'll take a little peek, see how we're doing. So definitely still pretty hydrophobic. Should we do a wipe test? So we get a paper towel here. You guys can see me. You see me wiping. All right, let's see here. All right. So first test, let's do right here. I don't see very much dirt, so that's good. This is usually a good, nice, pretty minimal, just a little bit like right here. Pretty good. How about right here? There's another nice area to get dirty. Feels slick. Feels pretty smooth. Not bad. A little bit of dirt there, a little bit of schmutz, but I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty good. Now we'll come in with the rinseless. This one with the rinseless, I'm gonna have it move and follow because I think that's a little bit more enjoyable. Um, so what I'm gonna do is put the brain back and I'll give you the good camera here, and then I'll have it follow me. Right? Good. Okay. So detail topo and Yum's tri-fiber. So detail first, I forgot. Let's go get the solo sprayer and the Flora, whatever they call it. Uh, the old what you call it, jigger. What you call it? Does anyone watch Futurama? Futurama used to be one of my favorite shows. Okay, so we already got the rinseless solution over. Yeah, we're gonna fill this, and we're gonna just see how it you know what it kind of looks like. So it doesn't have to be exact. We're obviously using the same solution. The fill line I can see. This is literally about what does that say? 20. So 20, 20 what? Max is 35. So what is 20? Is that 20 ounces? I guess you're right. That's 20 ounces, right? Because isn't a liter like 33 point something ounces or something? Anyways, get that on. See how this is. This one just gives you 1 liter, and another one is slightly lower. It says 0.25 of a gallon. So quarter gallon or a little bit more as a liter. The filling of the solo is a little bit harder because the hole is not as big. I'm already holding it and it's only like a quarter. So 7 to 0. So floral fills better, fills quicker. So that's about a half. They both have the same like visual. They're both like, the same clarity. All right. So now let's see how this works. Let's get this solo set up so I can so nice and straight. I could shoot it about 15 feet. That's pretty good. Quiet, pretty quiet so far. That was nice and quiet. The vibration was very minimal. Not as strong. Not as strong. Definitely not as like this is not as smooth. So right now, 1 to 7, 1 to 7 on like just straight power. This is definitely more powerful. This is like tinkling. It's like tinkling, and this is like straight up like I'm already shooting like 20 feet away. So definitely stronger. Now let's get like a pattern that's good for rinseless, which is around there. Same with this one. A lot weaker. The spray head. Again, keep this in mind. This is for gardening. This is for gardening. and this is for whatever. So let's yeah, the motor is a lot slower. It's kind of like the winding is a little bit longer. It's not as consistent as this one. So let's say 2 to 7. So right now it's starting to catch up. Now let's spray this on the panel here. This is Eco Wash by Gion at a 80 milliliters for 12 liters, which is 1 to 150. Normal rinseless wash is 1 to 256. So this is almost twice the strength of a standard rinseless wash. So it better be slick as a mug, as Eddie would say. It better be slick as a mug. So now we're coming with the solo sprayer. A lot more consistent. I might not return this now. Actually, I might not return this. It's starting to sputter. It's sputtering now. That one did not sputter. This one also had a filter. So this is sputtering for some reason. Both are both. This is about a quarter full now. Definitely sprays a lot better. So three out of 7. It's catching up. I'd say I'd still overall figure out what you guys want. If you don't really care that the spray pattern and it lights up, right? It's lighting up when it the spray pattern is pretty meh. If you're trying to find something to like, let's say you're an extreme mobile person and you literally just use this for your rinseless. You got one bucket for rinseless, and then maybe you have an X foamer or a pressure foamer for your wheels, and that's all you're doing because you're like a super minimalist cleaner. This might not be strong enough to kind of like, I don't know. Let's just say like some of the areas you want to like flush out, right? This might not be the best for that. This might be a lot better at like flushing out some of those areas that might be very dirty. This is definitely a lot stronger. This isn't going to be as strong as a pressure cake sprayer, right? But not everyone wants to spend $400 to $500 on a cake sprayer. Carry a big cake sprayer. Need compressed air for a cake sprayer, etc. So this is probably still again. I already mentioned it, so let's just get on with the show, right? So now let's do the detail popo. Rinse it out. Still fairly heavy. Not as slick as I was hoping. Not as slick as I was hoping. Pretty grabby. I'd say it feels like a microfiber towel coming with the second side, slightly slicker. The beads are very tight. If I mentioned last maybe a couple weeks ago when we did a three rinseless method, when we did the microfiber, the double flip method, the double flip created the tightest beads. And remember, if you remember one of my live streams, the double flip dried the fastest. So if you're outside and you're worrying about things drying on your panel, using the microfiber double flip or something like this, where you're making very tight beads, it might not be very good to your advantage if you're in an environment like wind or it's very warm and things dry out very quickly. So here we go. We got a little bit of dirt. Okay, so we got some dirt from the lower rockers. It's the clean side. Let's do just a quick dunk. Let's do a dunk and let's see if it just releases. So dunk, I'd say about 80% there. A slight agitation. It's still there. Let's do a slight agitation and a squish. There's still just a slight, but it's pretty much all gone. So let's come back in again. The I don't like how tight these beads are. They're again, you hear my reason why I don't like tight beads. If you kind of like squeeze it, which you shouldn't be putting pressure, you shouldn't be doing this. If you're squeezing it, it's definitely creating like bigger beads. Overall, I do not like the way this feels. So far, I do not like the way this feels. Let's try the tri fiber mitt with the Eco Wash. This is 1 to 150, so it should be crazy slick. Much slicker. This is much slicker. And if you could see here, I'm just gonna do a quick wash and I'll show you the bead sizes. Okay, so here's take the brain out so I can show you this real quick. I don't need to flip it. It's already good. So here, you see how tight these beads are? And this is with the tri-fiber. You see how much bigger? You see how much bigger that is? This stays wetter a lot longer than this. This is a big factor if you're in an environment where it dries quicker. Maybe you're in a windy area, maybe it's warmer. So this is a big note to take on. Not only is the rinseless a factor, but it's the media. You want something that with a longer dwell time, a longer wetting. So let's keep going, boys. Let's do this. Let's get this. Let's just knock this out. And then we're gonna come in with the waterless solution, which I forgot to weigh. I didn't weigh it out. I have a bottle for it, but I just haven't done it yet. Okay, I got the hiccups now because I'm talking so much. All right. So let's knock this out with the tri-fiber mitt, and I will also try to get some lower panel dirt so we can show the release of the tri-fiber mitt. Yes. So again, this felt like a 2 or 3 out of slickness, pretty much like a double flip. This feels like a 7 to 8 out of 10. It's very slick, very slick. It doesn't look like it should be, but it's very slick. Got a little bit of dirt there. Come back with the second side. Okay. So as you see here, not as dirty, but we got some dirt right around here, a little bit in that corner there. Same method. We're going to do the dunk first. I'm trying not to squeeze, but this is the dirty. This was the dirty. I do not see anything. There's like an orange fiber, literally clean, clean, clean. And then I didn't even have to agitate. I didn't even have to squeeze. That's just excellent. Big, big, big difference. Big difference. I'm not sure the price of the detail popo sponge. If somebody wants to go on Carzilla and help me out and figure out how much it is, I think it's like, I don't know, similar price. Still a little bit there. Still just a little bit. Like it's not even dirt. It's like a twig or something, like a little stick or something. Agitate. Yeah, it's still there because it's like a stick. Like a little like a micro leaf or something. Pretty much all gone. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's just finish this out. And yeah, that's super nice, super clean. What do you guys think? I barely smell it. It's like a lemony cleaner smell. It's very subtle. Both foam outside. I could smell the foam on Wednesday inside a lot better than I could smell it outside. We used the Rogue. All right, so now come with me again, guys. Come, come hither. Sir, you're supposed to be following me. Uh, uh, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Eco Wash. I'm also gonna turn off my heat because it's just blasting heat, even though I have the freaking garage wide open. We got my nest right there. All right, so we're gonna come in with Eco Wash and we're gonna make a drying aid, basically a drying aid. And their drying aid is also very strong, 1 to 20. To me, most drying aids is pretty much the dilution of the rinseless, which is like 1 to 128, 1 to 64. Okay, so it's 1 to 20, pretty strong. So we're gonna come in with a Kosh Chemi bottle, 500 mils, and what is that? 1 to 10? No, 1 to 20. So 20. What is that? 25 mils for 500. Is that right? Is that right, guys? 25 mils for 500. What do you think? What are you guys saying? Solo is my favorite. Right now, I think even though there was like 5 things that the floral did better, I think the motor is the most important. I think the sprayer output is probably the most important factor. So yeah, I think the solo, even though it's top heavy, even though it's hard to pour, even though there's no charge indicator light, even though they have a proprietary charger, I think the performance is the most important thing, and yes, it had the best performance. So I still think the solo won, even though it sucked. All right, so we're doing 500 mils, and then how much water, guys, or how much product? That's 25 mils, right? For 500 for 1 to 20. Right. He's 1 to 10, right? So should we divide that by 2? Or no, that's 1 to 25, right? That's 1 to 25. So what's 1 to 20 for 500 mils? 1 to 20 for 500 milliliters. 25 milliliters and 475 milliliters. All right, so 25 mils. Shake it because you saw when I poured it, even the polymers were falling apart, even in pouring. So it doesn't mix well. If that makes sense, right? It's not mixing very well. All right, so 25 mils, just almost an ounce. Almost an ounce for just half a bottle, guys. Pretty strong stuff. So when I send you 4 ounces, you will be able to easily make your own 3 ounce bucket plus a bottle of waterless or drying aid. This is drying aid. Waterless is even stronger. It was 1 to 10 to 1 to 15. This is 1 to 20. Okay, so we got 1 to 20 of Eco Wash, and we are going to compare it to with their quick detailer. So let me go grab their quick. Oh, and let's try this, right? Let's try that real quick. Let's try that real fast. Wow, the light's still good. The light's starting to run on me. Let me do that. Let me take the camera and double click, look down. That orange one's fire, dude. I orange everything, right, Serrano? So if you guys are familiar, we do a little Geon wet coat. Everyone knows Geon wet coat, so I'm not going to go deep down the rabbit hole. So you spray. It's a spray and rinse sealant. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you're in the business, um, spray and rinse sealants will be your fastest way for you to get protection on the car. Um, I don't want to move the camera, but right here, I don't know if you can even see that. Can you see that area? Right here, as I mentioned, because the beads are tighter, this is already drying. It's already drying in these areas. And this looks very wet and very dwell time, right? So again, 100th time, if you're worrying about drying, uh, yeah, don't use the detail popo or don't use the double flip method if you're worrying about drying. So we're gonna come in with a little Geon. Let's see what you can see here. So I'm gonna back up so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to do a little, it won't really matter because this car, it's already beating. So it's gonna be a bad example. So we're just gonna come in. It's, sprayer head is off. We're just gonna come in. I wonder if this sprayer head is locked because I haven't used it in months. I might let me just give me a sec. I'm gonna get a new sprayer head. It's jammed. It hasn't been used in like 6 months. It's already like completely broken. Yeah, let's get me a new sprayer head. So any spray and rinse sealants with protection is going to clog up if you don't like Ivan does. Ivan likes to basically when he's done with the bottle, he will spray the solution back into the bottle and take the sprayer heads out. So we're improvising. We're going to use a Kosh Chemi sprayer head, and we are going to go to town. You don't need very much of this product. You also don't need to let it sit for very long. The biggest concern is rinsing it off. When you do rinse off this product, you will see some sort of frothing. Make sure that the frothing is completely rinsed off. So now let's come in, turn this over surge pressure washer back on, and we're going to start washing. So usually choose a direction from left to right. I'll just choose from this side, from over here. You can see that froth. You see this froth, how it's moving. You're kind of moving it around the paint. So you kind of want to make sure your froth is all rinsed off. And I'm gonna go a little overboard just to kind of make sure that my side panels have no residual there.
and you'll see instant beading. Now, this might not be the best example because my car wasn't flat to begin with, but the point of this demonstration is to make sure fully that the froth, you will see froth on unsprayed, like right here, you'll see that froth. You want to make sure that the froth is completely rinsed off entirely.
If you're using a spray on rinse off sealant and you're having streaking issues, most of the time it's probably because you're not properly rinsing off your sealant all the way.
And that includes protector wax, that includes Cottonville wet coat, that includes luminous aqua, any of these spray on rinse off sealants. You want to completely make sure that the froth is rinsed off. Now, I did not spray here.
But because of a spray on rinse off sealant, the sealants, I'm basically rinsing and moving it on the panel. So even though I didn't spray over here, which I'm pointing on the glass, because I blew it, it is spraying over here. So you want to make sure, even for demonstration purposes,
You want to make sure that you get all of it entirely off, or you're going to have a bad time because Xeon wet coat and all these spray on rinse off sealants are pretty potent.
I believe this is supposed to last between 1 to 3 months. Give it about a month, probably about a month and a half, depending on where you live. Okay, so that looks very good. Now I'm going to compare Eco Wash drying aid, and I'm also going to spray on the quick detailer, and I'm gonna go get a rinseless Diva. Oof, Jesus. There we go. That looks good. So this is their 1 to 20 Eco Wash. 1 to 20. I probably went a little heavy on that. Let me go get a rinseless Diva here, and I'm gonna get the brain back in. Get the brain back in. Click this button. All right. Now he knows where I'm at. Okay, let me go get the Diva. EcoFlow, your surging is really annoying. I know I need to tighten my hose on my. It's because I have a filter. I have a filter on my um the water inlet, so all the water that's coming in is filtered before it even hits my pressure washer. But it's slightly cracked and it's dripping ever so slightly, and because of that, it surges like every 10 seconds, and that's obviously not good for a pressure washer. So today we're going to come in with the Rinseless Diva V2 and one of my newer favorite towels by Detail Popo. It's called like the Minty Fresh something or other. It's very similar to DIY's miniature drying towel. I believe those are coming in a 2 pack. So it's very much like the miniature drying towel by DIY. I like this a lot. Okay, so as you saw, I sprayed this part with their drying aid. It's already been sitting there for like 2 minutes or a minute. I'm going to come in with the quick detailer on the back. And then on this side, I'm going to keep it plain. Right now, the sprayer head is it locked? Do I need to unlock it? Oh, there's like a safety lock. Was there a safety lock on that sprayer head? I'm gonna have to check if there was a safety lock. There might have been a safety lock on it, and that sprayer head might not even been clogged. So I'm not even sure. So come in with the quick detailer. Little heavy too, little heavy. And we'll just use the, let's try this first. I'm just gonna do a short wipe. Pretty, not very slick, not very slick, but it wiped away beautifully. I feel like this type of towel is like, you basically come in with a towel like this initially, and then this is like your make sure everything is completely streak free towel. That's kind of what I'm noticing. So that was not very slick. This is a lot slicker. As I mentioned, I think that's why. I think that low pile drying towel is really good for like the final touch, like that final wipe down. So let's come in with the Eco Wash 1 to 20 as their drying aid. About as slick as that. And it just super easy on the paint, no streaking. Really good on the glass. I'm gonna try the detail popo real quick on this lower panel. Still somewhat grabby, but excellent, also excellent on the paint. I think this again, this should be like your finishing drying towel. It flashes off, but Okay, there you go. Yeah. So a slightly slicker. I think the Diva is a lot more enjoyable to use. I think if you have a perfect combination, use the Diva first, and then if your Diva is starting to get a wet, come in with like that low pile, and then finally the quick detailer. I don't notice much slicker, but it does have a somewhat of a pleasant smell, and the glass doesn't. Yeah, the glass is doing better. The glass is doing better with the quick detailer. Um, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with this, and yeah, the detail pulp is probably not going to be as slick. Oh, so let me just finish drying this off. Oh, it feels so weird coming back here without the rack because I've had the rack for like oh, and I didn't wash this side with the sponge, so I'm not gonna wash the rear there. I just remembered I didn't do the rear. So it's looking really good. I would recommend if you have yeah, it's a lot slicker. And any of this like slight wetting, because the rinseless diva, again, that's the rinseless side. So that's really good for a little bit less water. I think if you have a rinseless diva, it's really good until it kind of gets too saturated with water. But this towel, not very slick, but it's soaking up all that water very well. This is slowly becoming one of my more favorite towels, which makes me feel like I should probably try DIYs. Drawing towel, I probably would get their minis first because I kind of like this size. This is like the size that I enjoy. But right now, as you kind of see, it's a little saturated here. It's not very slick, very slick, but it's also kind of mopping up the water very well. So you got pros and cons for both. And yeah, and even for this, I don't want to feel like this is better for the lower panels. Yeah, I can see where I haven't buffed. So overall, my thoughts on the quick detailer is I didn't really notice it very much, but I did notice a difference between the the Eco Wash 1 to 20 waterless. This was definitely slicker than this side, but it was hard for me to tell the difference between this or this. They were very similar, at least from this short minimal test that I did. And it's actually looking pretty good. So now that we have a little bit of light, I'm going to do this. I'm going to let me flip the camera so I can kind of see what you guys are seeing, and then go like this, like that. Oh wait, never mind. Yes, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the glass. Let's do some glass real quick, and then if I have some lighting, let's do some interior. Right? Wait, I don't know what I'm doing, boys and girls. All right, there we go. Okay, so let me go get the glass really fast. Ba 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 ba. What are your favorite ones so far that you saw? I mean, it's hard to kind of tell with your how slick something feels or how something smells, but from what you guys can see, what do you guys like? For me, the Geon wet coat, again, I haven't used it in a few months. It didn't froth. It didn't froth as much as I thought it was going to. I'm kind of used to Luminous Aqua and Kataba, and they froth like a fair amount. It's like well, first of all, Luminous Aqua, I do it in the foam cannon. So there's a lot more on the paint. And then with Kataba wet coat, I tend to what am I doing? Glass? I tend to um let's see, two glass towels. I tend to use in a spray bottle 1 to 100 and it froths. It froths a lot more than okay. Oh, I meant to grab a Mona Lisa towel, but I'll just use what I got here. So we're gonna try two different towels. We got the auto fiber flip towel, which is very similar to the Mona Lisa. That's their own version. A lot of us have seen it. It's got a little hole here, so you can kind of like put things in it. And then we got the FTW. I think I don't know who makes this pink. I think ADS makes this pink, and so does the Rag Company. FTW is probably my favorite all around towel. and we're gonna be coming in with a Geon glass. Okay, Geon QM whatever. If you haven't by now, you can scan that QR code and get a chance to get a year's supply of their stuff. There we go. Five, four, three, two, one. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna spray this on the glass. I notice now they got like a little thing here so you can lift it up. So where's the spray part? That's spray. Kind of prime it first. First few sprays is kind of mid. All right, so now it's good. Do one little spray there. You see that? You can kind of see that. Has a nice, again, the whole line has a very lemony, citrusy smell. I can hear the grabbiness, kind of like it's contaminated. Come in with the buffing side, a lot smoother. Fairly mild smell, not too grabby. And then for the inside, this will be hard to shave. We're going to use the FTW. Yeah, that was the auto fiber glass flip towel. This is the glass flip towel that has the smooth side and the openness, so I can I basically have it with the handle, and I can my windshield or whatever is really long. But these are great, especially with the plastic handle thing. So we'll come in with glass. We'll get one spray, and that was hard to do because I'm like the camera's right in my face and I'm like looking at the camera. All right, so and again, very citrusy, very pretty pleasant. Flash time is looking pretty good. Sorry, we don't have the best lighting. The sun is going to be setting in about 10 minutes. Coming with the dry side. Grabby. Pretty grabby, like traceless grabby. Not the fan of it. Smells good. Some people like grabby. I don't like grabby. But yeah, it looks like it did a good job. It was a lot more grabby with this than it was with the very tight weave. I would say if you're using this, if you're using glass Geon, come in with this type of pile and then finish it off with a tight. When I used this on the outside, I felt like I needed clay. Felt like I needed to clay the car. Let's just do this one really quickly, and then I'm gonna bring the car in, and then I'm gonna get some lights set up so we can do the. Let me go heavy. Let's see what happens when you do too much, because some people like Nick McGurk, they like to overspray. So I'm curious what it feels like if you go too hard. Some people do the box method. Has more of a cologne smell now. I see some sort of like smearing right there, if you can see it, and it's not flashing off right away. Can you see that? Oh, this is a hard angle. How do I do this? Can I? It's still there too. It's still there. Can you see that? Can you see that line? So yeah, it's not. Let me come in with the dry side now. So right now, to me, that's not really that good. It's not the worst, and I also haven't finalized it. This was kind of like the saturation side, and then coming with the dry side. Yep, still having. Oh, now it's starting to flash off. Yep, it's flashing off now. So the biggest rule there is don't go too crazy. Right, one spritz is all you really need. One little spritz. Did we didn't wash the inside of this one, right? Okay. And let's get more glass. Pleasant smell. I'd say it's decent. It's not like it's not like just a straight solvent like Traceless, but it's also not super amazing like Shine. Come in with the saturated side and flip in. Kind of hard for me to see it. I can tell when it starts getting grabby. It starts getting grabby, and then yeah, and I don't like that grabby because then it means I have to like bunch up the towel. So overall, I give it a solid B plus because it's a decent, pleasant, flashed off moderate. It flashes off. Let me put the brain back. It flashed off moderately when I didn't go too heavy on it. Let me put the brain back. Double click. And I'm gonna start putting stuff away really fast. I'm gonna pull in the car. So you kind of let me do a couple things real quick, boys. Just have some patience and write your questions in the comments because I'm gonna check in like 2 minutes here. You can kind of see me do stuff, and I'm gonna get my wheel cart situated for some interior. Mm, just too lazy. I'm gonna go over the hose. Whoa, that was almost a disaster. That's never happened. So we got the wheels. Oh, and then we'll dress the tires too. We'll dress the tires after the interior. Let's get this all situated. Turn off the water for at least purge the line. Get everything out. Clear your lines out. There we go. All right. Just put my hose away real quick just to get a general habit of putting your things away when you're kind of done with them. Did I wash out the quiver foam cannon? No, I'll just do that later. Don't need to do everything. Okay. And also having a wheel cart is very helpful, guys. If you notice having a wheel cart. Oh, look, one of my lights fell. Beautiful. Jeff is in the room and he's watching. These wheel lights are from Costco. I got them. They're the Xfinity lights. The magnets on them are okay. They're not super good. They're like a. I wish they were a little stronger. It's looking like something's leaking here, so I'm gonna add a couple of towels just to soak up all this water in the cart. I don't know what leaked here. Let me just put this stuff away while I'm thinking. Grab these two bottles so we can talk about them in a second. Pull the car in. You guys having a good Friday? Do you have any questions about Gion or anything? Any thoughts? I was actually impressed with the solo sprayer, even though there was like 10 things I don't like about the solar sprayer, it still performed. It still performed enough that I don't think I'm going to be returning it like I thought I was from Amazon. I thought I was going to return it. I don't know why this got so wet. I don't know what happened here. Maybe my pressure washer has been just steady leaking into the. I don't have to do any of this stuff. It's just the OCD in me just wants this nice and dry and clean. You get to see a little bit more behind the scenes of me today as I'm kind of get a little bit more chill with these videos. All right, so that's nice and dry. Bring a couple things in, like my coffee. You guys drinking coffee at what is that, 7:30? All right, so interior. I'm going to pull the car in, and I'm thinking, as I mentioned, I have a dog and I have a baby, and they both make lovely messes. And I'm thinking now that I have the rack gone, we can kind of look at the back seat. Put my towels in a either a microfiber towel solution or rinseless. Right now, since I'm lazy, I'm just going to use the Geon's rinseless that we just did. Um, if you've noticed, the Detail Factory grit guard has longer legs. I personally don't think that the longer legs do any difference. I don't think that they are helpful at all. And yes, the sprayer head is not clogged. It was just locked. So I might still use this again. So good thing I didn't throw that away. But yeah, I thought the Geon wet coat was clogged, but it's actually not clogged. It just has a safety lock. So that's nice. So Geon has a safety lock on their sprayer heads, which is I guess great because people like me, you got kids around, and you don't want them to get into your chemicals. So having a safety lock is a plus. I'd give that a plus right there, a noticeable plus and a mention. I don't know how to rate that, but I'm just going to mention it, and I think that's a good thing. So Gian, kudos to you for that. All right, so now everything's nice and clean. I feel a lot better. And let's pull the car in. It would be funny if there's like 1,000 people watching right now and I'm just like just over here putting stuff away. All right, let's back this up. Back it up. Back it up. It's also pretty cool that I'm able to talk to you guys while I'm like chilling in my car. Wouldn't that be funny if I like hit something right now? Oh, April Fools! April Fools, guys. All right. Okay. Oh, and it lost me. That's the only thing it lost me. Lost my tracking. All right, let's go back to flipping the camera. Go back. Oh, it needs to switch the brain out. I need to switch that. Switch the bad boy. So we're pushing at what 96 minutes right now. You guys doing okay? We're like 80% of the way done here. We're gonna do an interior real quick. We're gonna show sir, follow me. We're gonna show the interior, how their disinfectant interior performs. And then I have a little special thing I want to show you guys when we're done here. So double click that like button. Make sure that you hit hashtag Gion in the comments when the live stream is over. And let me get my carts over here. My light cart. I was not impressed with the Geon Eco Wash as a drying aid, 20 to 1. That was weak for me personally. Thought that was a little weak. This will be interesting. I got a little bit of dirt here. See if I can get it situated here so you can see it. Straighten out. Look down. Can I zoom in? Oh, look at that. I can zoom in a little bit. Little- So this over here is a little dirty. Can I that's about as down as it'll let me look. This camera is really not the biggest fan. Okay. So we will grab another clean towel because we grab clean towels when we are dealing with cleaning. We will grab another FTW, or what do you guys suggest? Let me choose the towel you want. This is not end of the world here. Oh yeah, of course it's following me because of course it's got the camera on, right? I forgot to take the brain out. So triple click. All righty. All right. All right. And the brain is out, so it shouldn't be moving. Let me know in the comments what you guys want as a towel. I'm probably just gonna grab the FTW or just like a Kirk Franklin or something, or just a rip and rag. Let's just do a rip and rag, okay? Rip and rag, and we're gonna get the interior detailer from Gion. Nice. So you can actually see what I'm doing here now. You want twisted loop, Mondo? Is this a twisted loop for you? Is there enough loops to twist in that? Look at that photo quality. Look at that. I can actually see stuff now. That's cool. And we're going to come in with a Geon interior detailer, a strong, hygienic, action purified surface. Let me read this really quickly, okay? It's flammable. There's alcohol in this mug, okay? When I opened this and smelled it, I thought it was a glass cleaner, okay? I thought I was going to smell a nice, pleasant smell. It's not. It's like a solvent. It's supposed to actually clean your interior, not and purify. Removes the majority of daily contaminants easily and effectively, suitable for leather, plastic, alcantara, fabrics, glass, and all types of trim. So that's nice. Clean the surface. So it's hard to read here. Clean the surface with a dedicated product. Is that what it's saying? Dedicated product? Clean the surface with a dedicated product. I think they mean towel, maybe. Let it dry. Spray. What the hell does that say? Let's see. And carefully wipe all panels inside. Spray QM interior detailer on a QM interior Evo. I guess that's a towel. and wipe all the panels inside your car. Never leave a soaked microfiber on any surface. Okay, so we'll come in. Again, they also have a safety on this. Very nice, nice little safety. We'll do one spray on the towel. Gotta prime it. There we go. One spray. Again, this car, again, I wipe this car a lot. So if you do see dirt, it's because I go to the dog park a lot and it's like muddy there. And so when my dog gets in the car, it gets muddy everywhere. It has like a nice lemony smell. Pretty nice. That was very easy to wipe down. I don't see much of a sheen. Let's try a door. Let's try the baby door, okay? The door that should get the dirtiest. Let me prime this here. Let's try a baby door. Okay, this will be nice. And then I'm gonna get my light cart all situated. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. And I'll come in with the camera. And now that I know that I can zoom in, let's see if I can move away from the door. Yeah, that's looking a little better. Maybe zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I'm zooming, boys. I'm zooming. Zoom. Zoom. All right. All I want to do is a zoom, 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 and a zoom, zoom. Just shake the room. All right. So we're going to come in. As you kind of see here, my baby had some sort of like meal packet. The packets. Everyone loves those little meal packets. And he sprayed it all over the wall. There's some dried here. This is not even a day. Okay. So let's see what it does without even spraying the panel. Definitely taking it off. I'm not putting much pressure. Definitely creating some sort of mild sheen. This also smells very similar to the quick detailer. It smells very similar to the rinseless. It almost feels like the entire line has just like the same citrusy smell to it. So if you kind of like a grapefruit lemony, I don't think it's orange. This was not the best towel. I didn't pick the best towel this time. I'm more of a FTW. I'm kind of scrubbing at some of this cake down stuff. It's starting to move away. I would like to see more bubbles, but as if anyone knows, alcohol is alcohol defoams. So it's very hard to have alcohol and foaming. Smells like alcohol. It smells like I'm using like isopropyl alcohol. Kind of scrubbing here. Yeah, now it's coming off. Cleaning power, it's getting the job done, but I feel like if I came in with Polestar and a Ninja scrubber, it would probably do a lot better. But um, it kind of creating like a matte finish. Let's see if I can show you here. Let's zoom out a little bit, and then what you see, it's kind of like a matte. Don't mind the scratch marks. There is scratch marks. It's a lot, 12-year-old car. This car has seen some things. It used to be Uber. It's got 200,000 miles, so don't expect it to be showroom clean. But you could see that it definitely did clean. I'd give it a solid B, a B to maybe even a B plus, maybe an A. I don't like that it doesn't foam, but I do like that it's supposed to disinfect. Right, so that little alcohol stain there. Let's come in with a little alcohol itself. See if I can do this. So it kind of looks like it already washed it away. See if that's still there. Yeah, it looks like it's gone. So that's good. What's this? Is that scrapes? I think that might be scrapes on the door, most likely. Yeah, it's scrapes. Yeah. So yeah, B plus. That's also a scrape. So B plus for cleaning. Um, I don't see really any like sheen. So if you don't like a sheen, that's good. If you do like a sheen, maybe come over with some sort of interior protectant. And yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote for that. Pretty pleasant. Again, like it has like an alcohol cleaner smell. It doesn't really smell like a conditioner. It kind of smells like a glass cleaner. And let me wrap this up and give my final thoughts and then show you guys what I wanted to show you at the very end here and maybe read some of the comments. Why is this locked? Did I lock the door when I was cleaning it? Probably what it was. So yeah, I always keep a hand sanitizer in each of the doors because it's dirty out there, boys. It's squirrely. Won't come in. Oh yeah, you're not seeing this right now, but I'm kind of wiping the sidewalls. I would say probably you'll probably need to saturate the panels for it to clean a little bit better. Um, let me fix this up here. Let me double. So reverse. Okay, reverse. Send it back. Put the brain in this mug. Am I lagging left, right, left, right? I need to take the headphones out so I can reset everything. Let's see if that works. Sometimes it needs to put the. Does that sound better? Left, right, left, right. So go saturate our towels. No lagging. Beautiful. Okay, so let me go just throw this in the towel bucket really quick. Close this. Probably didn't even hear me slam the trunk. Let me close the garage really fast too. Sorry, it's probably. Oh, it is. It's kind of following me. That was funny. It was like just barely following me. Let me just make sure it's not going to run over the hose here. There we go. Okay. Now come back and follow me, sir. Hello, sir. I'm right here. Sir. It's so slow right now. There we go. Good. Okay. Good. Follow me. Yes. So let's go over what we, sir. All right. So double click. Let's just reset it. So triple click. There we go. Triple click. Let's reset. Today's getting annoying. Okay. Bruh. Thank you. So let's go over what we did over here. So today we did Gion. Gion is from Korea. I think their products are pretty decent. I would like to try them a little bit more. This was just generally my first impressions. We did their wheel system. We came in with wheel tire cleaner. The foaming was not very good. I didn't like their foaming brush. I give it a C. There was a little bit of browning. The rinse off was pretty easy. It felt very slick because of their brush. Because of this brush, there's no real handle on it. So once your hands get wet or there's products from the wheel, it got very slippery, and I even dropped it once or two times. So I do not like this brush. I'll probably give it to somebody if they want it. Not a fan of it. The bubbling was like 2 out of 10. I need to try it again. It was also undiluted, so I'm using it straight. I'm a big fan of using stuff that's like 1 to 10, 1 to 4 at least. 1 to 50. So cost effectiveness, not the best. Then we did wheel cleaner with iron. Definitely recommend not doing this inside. Even outside, it was pretty strong. Again, zero bubbling, no bubbles, no foaming. My car is not terribly dirty, so I wasn't expecting like Instagram bleeding rims, but I didn't really see very much. There was a little bit, a little bit. Um, we used the we used their wheel mitt, which is still soaking here. We used their wheel mitt for the wheel face, and we used their spoke cleaner, which even right now smells like iron remover. Um, stinky, stinky like like magic wheel cleaner. Smells like reactive rust remover. Smells like it should work. Smells like it should be working. Again, also RTU. Not very many wheel cleaners break down dilution, so I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to knock off points because it's RTU. The spray bottles. This one is not. It's funny. This one is not. Does not have a lock. Pretty much all the other ones have a lock on it. Let's see what else here. So we did the wheels. The foaming was also very minimal. I think we tried it again and it kind of foamed when I just immediately sprayed and started going to town. So B C minus for foaming overall. Not a fan of that. especially for a product that says "do not let dry." You would think you would kind of create some sort of, you know, increased dwelling time. So get to work on that, Gian. I'm not the biggest fan of your dwell time for a product that says "do not dry." It rinsed off pretty well. Again, it doesn't even look. It rinsed off pretty well. It cleaned fairly decent. B plus for cleaning. Then we came in with their foam. This is their pre-wash. I'm not mistaken. Does anyone remember what the pH for this is? We can check it out. We were going to give away three. Oh, that would have been a good idea to foam this over. That, also like what Branch just said, probably spray a tire cleaner, agitate with the brush, come in with your iron wheels, whatever. Let it sit for a minute. Foam it over to increase the dwell time. Don't foam too much that it brings all the stuff down, but kind of foam it to kind of like create like a dwell, which we did not do, and I would recommend doing it with this. Shaving cream smell fairly citrusy, fairly mild. Is it a pH 7? Are you saying this is a pH of 7? So not very aggressive. Um where are you at? Where are you going? I'm over here. I'm getting tired as you see him. I'm getting tired and so is my camera. Um this is the second time I used it. The dwell time was decent. B plus. B plus for dwell time. B, maybe C plus because it wasn't very strong of a smell, but some people might not like a very strong smell. So decent, rinsed off pretty well. We never really did like a deep dive of like the clean test, but again, I don't really expect it to be like a true decon. It didn't touch my wax, it didn't hurt my wax or my sealants. If you're looking for something to knock out your toppers, this is safe. This is safe from your toppers. This is not going to hurt it. Okay. Okay, we're about halfway done. My throat. Let me take a little slip of water and read some comments here. Mhm. I'm craving a meal packet right now. Give me a meal packet. Are Sam's Club's towels comparable to the yellow Kirklands? That's a good question. I don't know where there is a Sam's Club. If I recall, Sam's Club is Walmart. And if you're familiar with my channel, I basically live like 2 miles south of Kirkland, Washington, which is like if it's like Crips and Bloods. If Kirkland is Crips and the is Costco is the Bloods or whatever Walmart is the Bloods and Kirkland Costco is the Crips. We're Crips town over here. Okay, we don't have any WalMarts within like 30 miles, let alone a Sam's Club. What's up, Greg? How you doing, my friend? I'm just kind of finalizing the stuff, and then I'm gonna go over a couple of treats for next Friday here. Okay, GN wheel cleaner will bleed like crazy on a wheel that needs it. Okay, Brant, that's good to know. I will try to save it for a really dirty wheel. Maybe I'll start renting some cars and try to get some dirty wheels. I have a friend, she has a G Wagon. I washed her car last summer. Just she brought her car over so I can make some content. And her car, again, if you know anything about G Wagons, the brake dust on those cars are just insane. And I was aware of it too. So I was like, okay, cool. And you know what I did? I come with the magic wheel cleaner, the alkaline wheel cleaner. I just destroyed it. All right, let me catch up here. Any famous people that stopped in today before I check this later? Other than Serrano, of course. Serrano's pretty much our main celebrity in here. Let's see. The Kirkland are tagless. Yes, different colors would be really nice. Yes, I think David, if Kirkland had color coordinated towels, that would be really funny, or not funny, but it'd be very helpful. But what is funny now that I'm thinking about it, if you go to Costco, has anyone noticed this? When you go to Costco and it's wet or raining and the carts are wet, they when you come into the entrance, there's usually like a guy or a lady and they'll dry off your cart. Do you notice that they're using like a sham wow to dry off the carts? Sham wow, okay? Some technology from 15 years ago that we don't even use anymore that doesn't even dry very well. They're using so what I find is funny is they're using a product that they don't even sell, Sham wow. It doesn't dry very well, and they could be using their microfiber towels that actually do a good job of drying that they sell. Why are they using a product that is not efficient? They don't even sell, and to me, every time I see it, I just laugh. I'm like, why are you giving me this soaking wet ShamWow that's not even drying the cart when you were literally selling terry cloths and microfiber towels? You could be showcasing how good your towels are. Does anyone else notice that? Anyways, that's my spiel for the night. Mercs and BMWs have insane brake dust. Yes, absolutely. Greg says, "What? What to what? What to what, my friend?" Okay, so we went over the wheels, we went over the pre-wash, then we compared the Flora Flex to the Solo sprayer. We went over, I'm not going to go over everything, but I thought this has a bigger pore hole. It's got a charge light. It's got a better charging. It's got a filter in the holes inlet. There was a lot of things I like this over this. But as you saw and as I noticed, the performance, the output, like the strength. Now, this is obviously not going to be like a cake sprayer, 60 psi. It's probably, I'm going to guess, this is probably 10 psi and this was like a 5 psi. Okay, very light. This is probably 10. So if you're like super mobile, you're like if you're like who is that? Mike from outdoor detailing. If you're a person that's like, I only do the most minimum rinseless wash available, and I try to carry the least amount of. If you're a person, all you need is a battery sprayer, 5 gallon bucket, a sponge, or a Yum Tri Fiber mitt, and then maybe and if you're super minimalist, you might not even do the wheels. But let's just say, even though I feel like there's like 10, I like the, I like the light there. I like that light. I like that I know when it's charging. I know when it's fully charged. I like that I can charge it better. But the performance of the motor was very minimal. It was more of like a tinkling. It was tinkling, and this was spraying. Okay. So overall, I probably will not be returning this. I will keep it. I will probably have to keep this because this is not Amazon. I'll have to kind of see what I can do. That's another thing. I bought this from Amazon, so I didn't have to pay for shipping, and I can return this whenever I want. So this was like $44. This was also $44, but because I paid shipping, it was almost 58. It was over $58. So it was like almost $60. So yeah. So this did better. And then we did Gion's Eco Wash. Okay. Normal traditional Eco Wash is 256 to 1. This is not traditional. This is confusing. It was between 50 to 80 mils per 12 liters. Now that's between 150 to 240. Okay. It's not 256. We did 1 to 150. We did the strongest possible dilution. What's beeping at me? Something just beeped at me. But anyways, it was not very slick. We used the detail wash mitt, which is all white. The wash mitt felt like a double flip microfiber towel. It was not very slick, and it also created a very tight bead, which would, if you're in an environment where it's very wet, it would dry your paints very easily. So I would not recommend the Detail Popo, but we also used the Yum Tri Fiber mitt, and it was very noticeably very slick, probably like a 6 or 7 out of 10 slick, and it also created a lot bigger beads. So again, longer dwell time, longer wetting. If you're a person outside and it's windy, hot, you don't want things drying on your panels. So having a media which keeps a longer dwell time is very important. I recommend checking out the Tri Fiber if it's ever available this year. Again, it's elusive like a mythical Pokemon. Okay. Then once we used the sprayer heads and we tried out the two mitts, we came in with Eco Wash as a quick detailer. That was 1 to 20. As mentioned, that's very strong. Most quick detailers are going to be either 1 to 128, which is half of rinseless, or 1 to 64, which is 4 times rinseless strength. Okay. This is 1 to 20. That's ridiculously strong. Did not feel much difference spraying this as opposed to just straight rinseless. I don't think you, again, I'm giving away 3 bottles 4 ounces each. So you can try this yourself. Hashtag Gian at the end of at the end of the stream. Feel free to share this so I can kind of get more reach. And don't forget to like the video. But basically, my thoughts is I didn't notice much of a difference. I used the Rinseless Diva V2 and I used the Detail Popo's um low pile slash, it looked like DIY's mini drying blankets. Okay, it looked like and it feels like the mini drying blankets. The mini drying blanket was not very slick. I recommend using that as a final drying towel because it was super grabby on the paint, very grabby. But as a final drying towel, it's very slick. So come in with your rinseless or your what is it called, closed weave. Do your rinseless or your FTW type towel or Mr. Twister, whatever you call them. Once it's mostly dry, if you're seeing some streaks, once again, I tested it. I tried to go a little heavy of the quick detailer, and because of that, it definitely was not drying like it should. Finish it with your low pile. So yeah, I didn't notice it very much. This is 1 to 20, and then we also compared it to the quick detailer, which is around here. This is their quick detailer, ready to use. You don't break this down. This was slightly slicker, slightly slicker. But what I noticed here was that it kind of dried better. It flashed a lot better. There wasn't as much smearing on the paint or the glass. So this was noticeable, but I don't know if it would be worth to buy by itself. Okay. Oh, and also we tested Geon Wet Coat. Wet coat is their spray on rinse off sealant. For the most part, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of spray on rinse off sealants are so slick that this can be your drying aid as well. So what you do is you pre-wash, rinse, contact, rinse, spray this, rinse, and then that was your drying aid. So now you come in and dry the car. We did this and we did a drying aid, and I still didn't feel like it was super slick. It was like slick, but I think the drying towel made the biggest factor of what was slick. Just like when we used the rinseless sponges, it was the medias that was actually the most important thing. What's up, Chelsea? How you doing? Mondo says, when are they going to wash all the towels? What does that mean? Brad says, I've never been to a Costco, but now I want to go see the ShamWows. Yeah, we'll go there when it's raining. You'll probably see a ShamWow. It's funny that they're not selling them, but they use them. AK says, night, gotta be up 5 hours. Good night, AK. Have a great night. And yeah, so we're pretty much, oh, and we also did glass. We did glass and then quick interior detailing. So glass, mild citrusy smell. Pretty much everything here has a citrusy undertone, subtle smell, not super empowering of anything. Um, we tested this extra. We did the Nick McGurk overspray, and it was not friendly. It did not do very well when it's oversprayed. So one spritz on your glass, maybe one spritz on your towel, and it does pretty well. It's very grabby. Once it kind of flashed off, very grabby. Not the biggest fan of that. It kind of reminds me of like Traceless, where it's like really grabby. And the smell was mildly pleasant. And then last but not least, we did the interior detailer. I love this like frosted blue. Again, all these bottles are just absolutely gorgeous. I do like how the wet coat just really pops with that orange. Some of the most prettiest bottles in the industry is Gion. Frosted blue. This is supposed to actually disinfect or sanitize, which is kind of hard to say because a lot of these products don't have the certifications to say that. So that's pretty big. If you're looking for an interior cleaner that also sanitizes or, whatever, there's alcohol in this. There's alcohol or some sort of solvents. Mildly pleasant. There was no foaming. I, I should try this in a foamer. I'm not gonna do it tonight because we're already pushing like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours now. But we'll test this later in the foamer. It's also RTU. Pretty much everything on this table today has been RTU except for the pre-wash and the rinseless. So if you're asking me Like, is this cost effect product or effective? No, most of it's not. Like the wet coat, there's wet coats out there that you can make 200 bottles for this price. So very not affordable, especially if you're washing 5, 6 cars a day or 5 cars a week. 5 cars a week is still 20 a month, right? 5 cars a day is a lot of cars. So if you're going through like a quarter to a half a bottle for one car, starts to add up like a crazy amount, right? So to me, that's not very. It seems to be very aimed towards the car enthusiast who might not wash. You might wash your car once a week, and then you might only use this like every 2 months, right? Every 1 to 2 months. So you're maybe using this like 10 times a year. But if you're using that 10 times a day, or 10 times a week, I would say find something cheaper. How's the Ego 2100 pressure washer so far? Well, Sai, it's behind me, so it's hard to see. But basically, right now it's kind of pissing me off. It's surging a lot because I have a filter on my hose line and it's slightly dripping, and because of that it surges. But if you can kind of keep your whole system from leaking, which again, my system, the pressure washer, it doesn't leak, so that's good. I like the size. It's compact. The battery I'm using, I have a couple batteries because I have the whole ecosystem. So I have like 4 batteries. So I'm basically using the biggest battery. I think my biggest is 6 amp hour. It lasts a good car wash. Pre-wash, rinse, contact, rinse. Spray and rinse, sealant. So basically 3 rinses. Maybe let's say, I don't know. It lasts a good car wash. I'm usually can get at least one solid car wash in. I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you have multiple batteries, and you're washing cars all day. G Technic Tri Clean is great too. What is Tri Clean? What is Tri Clean? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get, and we foamed with Quiver. So I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way and get the box that I wanted to show you guys for next week. And let me know your final thoughts here of G Technic. Do you guys think my opinion is similar to yours? What products are you want? What products? First off, what products have you tried from G Technic, or I'm sorry, from Gion, and what products have you wanted to try from Gion? And also, don't forget hashtag Gion when the show is over. I'm going to give away three 4 ounce bottles of Eco Wash so you can try to make your own rinseless and waterless wash method yourself. And I will pick a winner in 24 hours. And actually, we haven't done this. This was the tire dressing. We haven't tried this. So let's maybe give this a shot. Their tire dressing with their dedicated tire, and then I will show you what I want to show you at the very end. So cool thing about these tires, they got like a nice little name on it. It's kind of like a squeezy block, fairly stiff, and it looks like this is glued on, which feels very pretty squishy. Feels like if you use this a lot, it's going to start ripping. But right now it looks pretty cool. And I'm going to blow dry this tire here. And I wonder what I can do. Let me get the lights on it. That's always good. Always lights. Oh, that one's filthy. I think we washed the other side. Yeah, we definitely washed the other side. So let me get the cart over there without hitting my car. I was about to say, when I looked at that wheel, I was like, that wheel is filthy. That is definitely not a clean wheel. All right. So let's get the camera. And I'm going to be lazy this time. I'm just going to flip it, have it look down. Okay, that looks good angle. And then I'm going to dry it with a pressure washer, which is over here. And you won't have to hear this because I have fancy AirPods and it muffles out all the noise. So you don't have to hear diddly. You don't hear any of this.
That's pretty cool that you don't hear this at all. But if you do, sorry about that. Sucks to be you. Sucks to suck. All right. Nice and dry. Dry, dry enough to my standards there. Okay. So you guys are still seeing that? Oh, you know what I can do? I can look down and zoom in. Zooming in. We zoomed in, boys. What's up, Don? Hope you're doing well. All right, we zoomed in. We're coming in with the Geon applicator. It's got a nice little Geon there. Stiff styrofoam. Very soft. That's like very soft. Should contour very well with the rims. We're gonna come in with Geon Tire Express. Oh, you can't hear it all? Mondo, you can't hear it all? Oh, are you talking about the leaf blower? You can't hear the leaf blower. You're confusing me there for a second. I was about to say, Mondo, you always confuse me. It's like two extra words. I would have been like, I would have known exactly what you said. All right, so Tire Express. I took a peek of the smell. It smells like chocolate. It smells like a chocolate coffee. It has like a nice brown hue to it. Is it water based? That's a really good question, Flint. Very good question. Quick and easy dressing, dry, wet, possible provides a natural satin look, repels dirt, clean the tire. I'm not sure. Can someone look it up? Does it say if it is? It does not say right away. That would be nice if Gion's watching. It would be nice if it said whether it's solvent based or water based. I do not see anywhere on the label where it shows. Anyways, let's see. I will know pretty quickly once I use it. Give me a little stool here. Give me just a second. I'm an old man and I need to sit. Hope you guys understand. Hashtag old man hip problems. All right, so let's bring that down. Maybe turn on a bottom light. It already smells really good. Smells really good, like a chocolate. Drips pretty well. Let's see if you can see that. It's almost like a liquid lotion. Can you see that? Kind of. It's almost like a is not the best angles. I don't want it to pour, but you see that it pours very well. I don't want it to pour over me. Right, so I'm guessing like this. Not really moving like I want it to move. I kind of like this curve. It can definitely get into these like inner spots very well. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting to saturate. Yeah. It's having a hard time doing the shreds. I think either just using a brush. I think a brush would do a better job, or maybe just using something like the point so you can kind of get these inner spots and then come in with a brush. But if you're a person that really just wants to use one tool, at least immediately my feeling is that this is almost like too soft. It's almost like flat. It's like flat, and I almost feel like I want it a little bit stiffer. Does that make sense? I like a little stiffer, or maybe just a brush to kind of cover more surface. So what I'm gonna do is kind of, I do like this like lotion bottle, but it's also kind of slippery because as you see, it's kind of like it's already leaking on me. So I don't want it to spill. So maybe kind of have like one of those dispenses like Yum has, Yum for like Yum Wash, where it's like a dispensing. But overall, it's pretty nice. The smell is not as strong as I thought it was going to be, and it's starting to get on the rims because I'm trying to get in the corners and I'm missing. Um, it's see right here. This is too strong. Let's buff that out. It's kind of sticking in my letters.
I give this a B plus right now. A B plus. The smell a solid A. It's not as strong as like a yum. All right, and I feel like I should buff this out with a towel. I feel like I need to buff it out. What does it say on the bottle here? Where's the bottle? That's dirty. Go get a paper towel while I read this. Cleaning the bottle. So clean the tire with a tire cleaner. Check. Rinse well. Check. Let excess of water evaporate. Check. Use on a damp or completely dry tire. Check. Ensure even application with QM tire applicator. Check. Let dry for 15 minutes. Keep out of reach of children. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for 15 minutes. And let's just show you the tire application after use. Looks like, yeah, very soft. It's like too soft. This is, I'd say, almost too soft. It just feels extremely soft. I personally think it should be a little stiffer. So that's that. And I'm gonna get the camera and start showing you the goodies. Show some of y'all some goodies. What do you guys think about that tire? I'm gonna let that sit for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back to it. And we'll come back to it. So let it sit for 15. It looks like a good satin from what I just peeked from the laptop. It looks like the satin is pretty decent. Let's get the rolling cart. The rolling cart over there. Can you tell the difference between no lighting and lighting? Do you think having lighting helps to see the tire? Can you imagine? Look at that. That's a big difference. This is the clean tire. If I did the dirty tire, it wouldn't be as fair. All right. So now let's what get the brain back. Put the brain back in its mug. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. So after 15 minutes, we'll take a look at the tire. I think that was from overall. I didn't like the tire application very much. It was a little too small. The sponge was a little too soft. Um, I don't know if it's solvent based or water based. The smell was very pleasant, like a sweet chocolate, like a chocolatey coffee. Very surprising smell. So that's pretty good. Right now, that satin looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to see what it really looks like after it kind of like absorbs and moisturizing. Chelsea, lighting absolutely helps. Yeah, definitely lighting for sure. It was very soft, like an air cushion. Definitely, Brant. So far, I think my favorite tire applicator so far, if I have it here, whoops, either of this one. I don't know what this is. That might be Yums. I think Yums is red. This one's really good. It's very stiff. It's stiff enough, and it's got the grooves where I can kind of work into it. This one's really good. I think this one. I have to check which one this is, but it's also very similar. I smell Yum's tire dressing in here, so one of these is Yum's. I think this one. I don't know which one I did for Yum. Maybe no, I did this one with Yum. This was Yum. I could still smell that like sweet berry, like a popsicle berry, like blueberry, like candy, like ice, like an ice cream blueberry. Anyways, that one's like probably my favorite shape. Um, yeah. So hashtag Gion in the comments, giving away three samples of the Eco Wash. I just sent out Flint. Flint, I sent out your towels today, and I sent you out a 4 ounce bottle of bead maker. You should probably get that around like I think Tuesday or something. I don't know. I sent you the tracking number, so you should have it. All right. So let me give you the test of what I'm going to do for next Friday. Okay. So where is it? So how do I do this? Does anyone recognize this brand right here? That brand? Can you guys see that? This thing here? I ordered from them last week, and their shipping is not free. So no matter how much you pay, you're still going to be paying for shipping. If you know me, I love not paying for shipping. So I've always like kind of been hesitant from buying from them because I don't like to pay shipping. And but I did notice they had a whole bunch of 100 milliliter sample bottles, and I was like, I could get a bunch of samples and try it out, and maybe get some extra samples and give it away. And I started getting a nice little list going in my cart, and what was I getting? Some items, if I had it in the cart, it would bring my shipping from like over $100 to like $600 in shipping. So I was like, the total cost would be like $1,500, and the inventory was like $300 or something. And I emailed these people, and I was like, hey, I kind of want to get a bunch of stuff from you guys, and the shipping gets crazy. Can you like help me like work out some shipping so I can so I can thank you. Follow. I was like, can you help me with like can you I'll send you my invoice of what I want, and you can kind of like figure out how to help me with shipping, and the brand, which is Fireball. Fireball messaged me like I think that day or later on the next day. I think it was actually that night, and they were like, yeah, send me exactly what you want, and we'll work out shipping for you. So I was like, okay, cool. And this says enjoy and thank you on it. So that's cool. This says enjoy and thank you. I have not opened this yet. Um, the guy who was at Fireball, his name is Luke. We've only spoke very briefly, but I basically told him the reason why I want to buy a whole bunch of samples is because I want to try your brand, and I also want to give it to my viewers. So I believe he sent me a box which arrived yesterday. Oh, there's some stuff in here I don't think I ordered. There might be. Let's see. So let's get in. This is the box that I believe that I have purchased, and he also sent me a box which is in addition that I will be giving away to my lucky viewers, and I will detail you a little bit more information right now and later on. So first things first, let's go on the top. It says thank you and enjoy. So that's kind of nice. The box is pretty thick, right? And the first item we got here is, you know what? For this special occasion, I want to flip it. I want to flip it so you guys can see this. I just won't be able to see you. So I'll flip it, put the camera here, and then let's center, triple click. Okay. And then follow me. Okay. So now you'll be able to read the words. I just won't be able to see you. So hopefully I do this right. So this is the Fireball Terry towel. Okay, I'm excited to try this. This also looks very similar to DIY's drying towels slash mini towels slash that green one that we just tried. So this is their terry towel. Looks very similar. I like this golden brown color. It's called Terry Bear. So we will try that out. I'm not sure of the price. Are you guys curious of the price? Do you want to pull up how much things cost real quick? I have the order here. We could do that. So that terry towel, where is it right here? I'm looking at terry towel. That was 19.99. So that was like a $20. This is a $20 towel. The stitching looks okay. Looks pretty good. I don't see any issues that's catching my eye. I want to bring this in closer, but I really don't know what you guys can see. It's kind of easy when I keep the camera stationary and I flip it. So we'll deep dive that later. Then I bought two of their leveling towels. Don't know what the name is, but I do like that it's in plastic. It's not just like randomly strung there. Now this looks like I didn't purchase this. So this looks cool. I don't know what this is. Looks like it's some sort of wax sample. It just says Fireball on it. I don't see any name to it. I just opened it. Smells very much like the graphene wax that we tried yesterday. Looks like the seal is still there. So I can go just under the seal. So that's nice. Nice little sample. Thank you for throwing that in. I don't believe I added that into the order because I don't think they sell samples that big. I don't think so. I think the smallest is a 50 milliliters. So first things first, bunch of sprayer heads. Whoops. Um, these misting bottles. I like these misting bottles if you're familiar with them. I think some people, if you're not familiar, certain sprayer heads will output higher outflows. So they're throwing in a whole bunch of sprayer heads. That's really nice. This is the purchase. This is the purchase box. I want to see where the chat is right now. See how you guys doing. Lighting helps. Yep. Never heard of Fireball. Okay, Mondo. Well, I've been waxing with it. What's up, Christy? Wait, Christy's not in here. That's sorry. I saw 5112 detail me too. I thought it was details and me. I got several. Oh, look at this. The camera's not even following me. Hello, sir. That's my belly. All right. I think I'm just. I don't know what it's doing here, but anyways, let me just briefly look at the comments really quick. Dan, I can't find that mint popo towel. I see they have fluffy ones and a pearl weave in that color. Let me look it up for you really fast here. We're basically on the after hours, so you know what? Let me go back to flipping this because I don't like it just seeing my belly. I think that's pretty stupid. Let's just go back to the conventional method that I'm used to. So it's gonna follow me, and hopefully it won't just be zooming in on my belly. All right. Hi guys. I'm more than just the belly. All right. So let me find you the link really fast because it takes me 2 seconds here. Just go to my order, click on Carzilla. So the detail popo, which one did you want? Which one was that exactly? Where is it? Can't find the mint popo towel. They have the fluffy ones in the pearl weave that color. So the last order I got was it was so the one that I think is the really low power that we just used, that thick one that I felt like was very grabby on the drying, but I felt like it probably is better when it's mostly dry. That one's called the Detail Popo Minty Rain 1200 GSM 40 by 40 centimeter. Then the one that I thought was like the weapon of mass drying, um, the one that was the weapon of mass drawing one that felt like the weapon of mass drawing, it just wasn't very flat. That one was, oh my gosh, this one, Carzilla. That one was called the Detail Popo Minty Shower Fusion 1000 GSM. So that was a 40 by 40. That was also like a $11.36. So that was the weapon of mass drawing towel. Any other questions? And then also the Minty Blanket Edgeless 350. That was also in green. So let's go back to Fireball here. Don't say what's in the box. What's in the box? Brant, did that answer your question? Can you send me a link later? It's all good. I found it on Carzilla, Shopify, Carzilla. Type in detail popo. You should be able to find it. More microfibers. I have a problem. Buy too much, need meetings. Yes, for sure. Would you recommend the Ego 3200 over the 2100? I don't have the 3200. Again, I think the only difference between the two is going to be like higher pressure, which again, if you're doing this for a car, you don't need higher pressure. You want a higher flow. So and then I think the Ego 3200. I just saw it's on sale. You can get two batteries 3200 for like $530 instead of 700. That sounds like a good deal, but do you know how many good automotive pressure washers are in that $500 range? A lot. Okay. I would probably get the Active 2.0. I would get the new McKillens for $380, right? That new McKillens that just came out. I think there might be an AR that's around $600. There's a lot of really good pressure washers that are way better for this type of work for $600. Okay, so I would not recommend the 3200 Ego at all, and I would only recommend the 2100 Ego if you're pretty much mobile because it can siphon. So you can get a bucket of water. You can be in the middle of nowhere, and you just get a bucket of water and you can siphon that. So that's really nice. That's why I bought it because I wanted to use it for mobile. Oh, I didn't notice they had other pages. I see them now. Wonderful, Brant. I was happy I was able to help you out. So we did the terry towel. We did the loving towel. Let's get to the good stuff, shall we? All right. I'm sorry, the words will be backwards because I just flipped it again. We got 20 people still. Hit that like button. Don't forget at the end of the video, hashtag Gian. I'm giving away 3 bottles of rinseless wash slash waterless. So the first one we got is their binder line. I will go over Fireball later, but they pretty much have a binder line, which is a more affordable, price friendly, more enthusiast oriented line. And this is their premium wheel and tire. Okay. We will go over it later. It's all in Korean. I can't read it anyways. Wheel and tire cleaner. This is 500 milliliters. Next up, we got also in the Bender line, Smile Premium Glass Cleaner. I love these bottles. I love how, and they're fairly firm too. They're not very thin. Beautiful bottles. Okay, nice little smiley face there. Again, we'll go over the stuff. I'm just kind of teasing you, showing you what I purchased. I will show you what Luke sent me, and then we're gonna little have some fun on Friday, right? Next up, we got again from the binder line, a lot of binder. Premium all-purpose cleaner. So this is their APC, all in Korean. We'll see if we can dilute this. We'll see if it foams. We'll see what it smells like, all that fun stuff. Then we have Fireball Glass. Okay, another beautiful bottles. Love this bottle so much. This is, I think these are prettier than even Gion. And Gion is like top 3 prettiest bottles. Probably Yum, Gion, these. What else looks good to you guys? Labos Cosmetica, maybe? Labos Cosmetica, those blue bottles are pretty pretty. And not even just the spray bottles, but they're blue ones, like the big blue bottles. Those are pretty nice too. But I love this because it's clear. You can see what's inside. Okay, so we got glass. Then we got water spots, Fireball water spots. Oh, there's instructions in English here. This is all Korean. Yeah, but there's English here. So this is in English. So it's a water spot remover. Very interesting to see how this performs. Has anyone tried Fireball? Has anyone heard of Fireball? If you've had heard and you have tried, what have you tried? What have you wanted to try, etc. Then we got some Carnauba wax. This Carnauba wax was like $30 or something. Not cheap. Hopefully, it's really good. I think I've seen some videos in Korean. They were comparing this to Kataba or something. There was some stuff they were comparing to Kataba. Kataba did a little bit better, but it's okay. Okay, just being honest. Kataba performed better from the videos I saw, but we still want to try this stuff, right? Then we got a microfiber towel cleaner. So this is called towel cleaner. How does this compare to Rags to Riches? How does this compare to Renaissance? How does this compare to Yum's microfiber wash? Interesting. Towel cleaner. Okay. Looks like just from peeking at it. Okay. This powerful formula effortlessly tackles even the most stubborn stains, residues, polishes, waxes, oils, and chemicals, leaving your towel spotless. But blah, 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 blah. Step 1, assess the level of soiling on your towels. 2, keep your hands protected by wearing rubber gloves during the hand washing to prevent dry skin. Okay, probably a lot of degreasers in it, stuff, right? Keep your hands protected. Oh, we did that. Blah, blah, blah. Achieve a thorough clean by adding detergent to lukewarm water and ensuring a proper mix. For light cleaning, dilute 3 milliliters of detergent for 10 liters of water. 3 mils for 10,000 milliliters. Okay. 3 mils for 10,000. For regular cleaning, dilute 6 mils for 10 liters. And for heavy duty cleaning, 12, half an ounce for almost 3 gallons of water. Okay. That's for heavy soiling. So you're not throwing like 2 ounces in here. Okay. Let the towels and pads soak for approximately 10 to 30 minutes before hand washing. So not like 10 to 12 hours, 10 to 30 minutes. Attention, different colored towels may bleed if washed together. We recommend washing them separately for best results. Our multi-purpose towel and pad cleaner Not only cleans towels and pads, but also works wonders on shampooing carpets and seats. Whether you're using a hot water extractor or a bucket system, our cleaner effectively restores the fabric to your automobiles. So you can use this as a fabric and carpet cleaner too. I feel like we're gonna have to try a lot of stuff here, guys. Okay, bear with me, guys. This was the bottle that I'm about to pull out is what I kind of started my inventory here. Now, if anyone listens or follows detailing breakdown, he shows this a lot. It's called their waterless wash max. Now, the difference between waterless wash max looks like there's something stuck here. Is that in the bottle? No, it looks like some sort of like tape or some adhesive is on here. Waterless Wash Max is their dilutable waterless slash rinseless. They have waterless and waterless max. Waterless is yellow and it's ready to use, which I have. He sent it to me. It's not in here. Waterless Max, I bought this and it's dilutable. So dilute is necessary 1 to 20 to 1 to 25. I think that's the waterless. And then for rinseless, it doesn't look like it's written here. We'll do some research. We'll do some research, but again, I think this is can be used as a rinseless wash, and they also supply you an extra empty bottle. Squeezing it. I'm squeezing. This is actually pretty sturdy. Okay, it's actually pretty sturdy. They supply you a bottle to dilute. So when you buy this, they will give you an empty bottle just to dilute. Okay, so that's really nice. I'm excited to try that. And then the last big bottle is called Reborn. Reborn is their panel prep. Um, and all that fun stuff. We will deep dive on this. I heard it smells really good. Fireball actually makes fragrances. I think there's 4 fragrances, and I think Reborn might be one of them. Let's smell this. This is their panel prep. Seals there. Broke the seal. Just smells like alcohol. Like very subtle. Maybe like yeah, mostly alcohol. It just smells like a pleasant a pleasant panel prep. It doesn't have like I've heard Oblivion smells really good. I have Oblivion. I haven't smelled it. I what other panel prep smells good? I heard Yum. I think Yum's panel prep. Does Yum's panel prep smell good? But this just smelled like alcohol. Wasn't special. Now in here, what is this for? Is this for this? Maybe we got a couple of these cute little samples. Okay, these are the stuff I'm gonna start giving away to people. We got 2 bottles of how do you pronounce this? Perquette? Perquette. Perquette looks like it's kind of like sticking there. You're gonna have to really shake these up. I believe Perquette, these labels are very small, is an SiO2 based sealant type coating product that provides high gloss. Okay, so shake well before using. Wipe dry surfaces before using product. Spray moderate amounts on a microfiber towel and wipe until the coating gets glossy. So this is like an SiO2 ceramic detailing kind of thing, like a ceramic detail. So my thought is I'm gonna deep dive some of these and then in I'm gonna make specific videos and I'm gonna give away a bottle or maybe both of them when I go over this specific product. So that's my theory. My theory is I'm gonna make like 4 or 5 videos and each time I go over a video, I'm gonna be giving away samples of that product. So that's my theory. So Perquette is pretty much a ceramic detailer. These are 100 milliliter bottles. Then we got some cuties. Look, these bottles are so cute. Look at these little cute bottles. We have tire, show car tire. Also, Fireball, I believe, has like 4 or 5 different tire dressings. They have a satin one, they have a matte one, they have a high gloss, they have like an OEM one, I think. They have a little bit too many products sometimes, but right now, this is their standard tire. It's just called tire, show car tire. Apply a suitable amount of show car tire onto a tire pad. Spread the product evenly across your tires using a specifically designed pad that or dedicated applicator. If you happen to apply too much, simply remove any excess with a towel or tire applicator. You can even pass on the shine to your other tires. Remember, it's important to let the product fully dry before hitting the road. Otherwise, driving at high speeds could cause the product to sling. So they say, it might causing sling. So we'll try that out. It looks like it might be solvent based. I don't know. We'll see that. Then we got Napa Cleaner. This is pretty much their interior cleaner. I think it also foams. I think I've seen photos of the Napa Cleaner in a foamer. So we will be giving this one away. I think I have two of these or so. We'll see. So Napa Cleaner, another Napa Cleaner. So we got two. Follow me. Okay. Then we got Napa Coat. So that was their cleaner. This is their protect. I think I have two of those too. Yep. Two Napa Coats. So two Napa Cleans, two Napa Coats. These are all the ones that I bought. This is not even the box that he sent me. I'll show you that in a second. Another tire. So two tires. Grace. We got Grace here. These aren't these bottles just gorgeous? Grace is also an Si2 ceramic infused sealant for all paint surfaces. So I'm confused. What's the difference between Percat and Grace, right? I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on seeing what the difference between Grace and Percat is. But they both seem like some sort of ceramic sealants. I think I bought one Grace. Oh, and this is what I really wanted to try. This is their Car Show shampoo. It has like a nice golden look at that. It's like really thick. It's barely look at that bubble. Do you see how slow that bubble is? Look at that. Look at that slow bubble. Yeah. It wasn't cheap. I think this was like $5 or $10 for like pretty much a sample amount. So, and I think I might have just gotten one of these. We'll see. Oh, this is pretty color. We got hydro foam. Hydro foam. And it is what you think it is. I think it's like a spray-on sealant. Let's see. Hydrofoam is revolutionary advanced washing coating formulated with a silica-based SiO2. A lot of SiO2 over here. Polymer technology, which combines foam cleaning with full nanotechnology, protecting, yielding extreme hydrophobicity, slickness, and gloss. Hydrofoam's formula was designed to gently lift dirt from soiled surfaces in a both a safe manner as well as a providing lubrication for washing paint when used properly. Hydrofoam works well when cleaning and recoating hard to reach areas. Let's see. Hydrofoam is recommended as a post wash sealant instead of a pre wash foam. So post wash sealant. Hydrofoam is a designed to work on its own or give an added boost in existing wax, sealant, or coating layer. Okay, so this can be a topper. So step one: simply pre-wash the vehicle thoroughly in a cool, shaded environment. Dilute dilute 1 to 10 or to 1 to 15, equating to amounts of 50 to 65 milliliters per liter in a foam cannon. So 50 to 60 mils per liter. That's pretty standard, I'd say, in a foam cannon. Okay, and this is 100 mils, so almost this whole bottle in a foam cannon. Spray a moderate amounts, fully covering each surface. Let dwell for 30 to 60 seconds. Gently apply with a wash mitt or a wash pad onto surface thoroughly. And then step 6, thoroughly rinse off with water. Towel dry with a twist drying towel or the teddy bear. We got that teddy bear. So basically, foam it on, let it sit 20, 30 seconds, agitate with a contact, then rinse off and dry. So spray on, rinse off, sealant. Okay. Hydro foam. Hydro foam. Then we got pH 3 descaling shampoo. So this is like an acidic, like a reset. Okay, so we got we got a 3 pH. It's called pH 3. I'm trying to see what the lighting. 3H shampoo. Okay, so this is your acidic demineralizing shampoo. All right, we'll read that later. It's 1 to 600 to 1 to 1,000. Okay, so that's pretty good. Also, it looks like dilute undiluted solution 1 to 5 to 1 to 10 in a foam cannon. So 1 to 5 to 1 to 10 foam cannon, 1 to 600 to 1 to 1,000 a bucket. Probably would do this in a bucket because I'm cheap. I'm cheap with like $400 worth of Fireball right here. Okay, so let's see here. We got snow foam. Looks like two snow foams, 1 to 30. I wonder if that means to dilute 1 to 30. Snow foam is a pH neutral formula and features advanced cleaning technology, blah, blah, blah. Shake bottle, well, use only on cool surfaces. Do not use a direct slide. Do not allow it to dry. All right, dilute water, recommend 1 to 30 to 1 to 60. 1 to 30 to 1 to 60. It doesn't say foam can, it doesn't say bucket. So, and then you can use lather ratios for a more flowing mixture or a richer ratio for a denser foam. So they're basically saying, depending on how much foam you like it, you kind of just make it stronger. So again, these are very friendly. They're like friendly soaps. This is very hard to read. Super hard to read. Allow the product to remain on the surface for 1 to 2 minutes or as long as possible before drying, and then rinse off. So basically, let this sit as long as possible. We're getting there. We're getting towards the end, guys. And then we got hydro shampoo. Is there a difference between hydro foam and hydro shampoo? Probably. Another SiO2, revolutionary advanced silica based SiO2 polymer technology. I've said silicon based polymer technology like 6 times today. Which combines an automotive shampoo, blah, blah, blah. All right, so here we go. So step one, simply pre-wash the vehicle thoroughly in a cooled, blah, blah, blah. Dilute 1 to 300 to 1 to 500 into a wash bucket. All right, 1 to 3, 1 to 5. Mix thoroughly in a wash bucket. Apply with a wash mitt. So basically, this is good for a bucket. It's pretty much like a protectant shampoo in a wash bucket. Nice green. Another 3 pH shampoo. So we got 2 acid washes. And then last but not least, we got 2 easy coat. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. 2 easy coats. Easy coat is a coating that is applied to a wet surface. It provides good water repellency when sprayed onto surfaces while washing the car and rinsed with a high pressure. So this is definitely a spray and rinse off. Okay, easy coat. Kind of like Quiver hot coat, right? Kind of like Gion's wet coat, kind of like Katsuba's wet coat. This is called easy coat. Let's hope it's easy, right? Okay, so spray on wet, rinse off. After that, rinse thoroughly with a high pressure water immediately, right? Sounds like a spray on rinse off sealant. Dry completely with a drying towel after rinsing. Wash used bottles and sprayers before storing. So basically, flush out your spray heads because they'll probably clog. So yeah, definitely a spray on rinse off sealant. And that is all she wrote, boys, for what I got. Look at all that stuff, right? So now let's bring out what he brought. And I'm also my plan is to give away this stuff, a lot of this stuff, and also give away the stuff that he got. So let me go get his box here. You guys entertained? Are you not entertained? All right, so let's do the big ones first. We got these 2 bad boys here. Where the hell did you go? Where in the hell? Where the hell did you go? Okay. So we got 2 big boys here. If you go on the Fireball website, they have pretty much on in the bind. I don't know if this is the binder line, but pretty much they have a pH neutral shampoo that comes in 4 different fragrances. I believe this is banana pineapple or something, or banana something, and this is supposed to be like mango papaya or something. I have to double check. The dilution ratios are actually pretty good. This is actually on sale right now. These 1 liters are like $16 or $17 instead of like 25. I didn't buy these. These were sent to me. I don't think I'm gonna like the banana smell, but we'll try. the dilution ratios are actually pretty good. They are 1 to 700. 1 to 700. So pretty much a half an ounce for like 4.5, 4 gallons. Like pretty good, right? It kind of has like a Incredible Suds Rogue kind of viscosity. We'll deep dive this later. I'm thinking of giving away a couple of samples of these. So stay tuned for that. Now follow me. Okay, so those are called Superstar Car Shampoo. I do like that the dilution ratio is very strong. So this 1 liter is going to yield me probably like 64 washes each. That's pretty strong. And then I got a whole bunch of more sprayer heads, so a lot more sprayer heads. I think I got like 10 sprayer heads of certain sizes. We got stickers and these bands. Do you guys remember? Is there anyone older than me in this chat? Do you guys remember these like Live Strong bands? Thinking about giving these away. We got some pins. Okay, you got a couple of pins here. So that's pretty key. That's pretty key. We got some stickers. Full disclosure, I've already put some stickers right there. I put one in my cabinet, and then we got this nice cool Fireball USA sticker. I'm thinking what should I do with this, guys? What do you suggest? Should I give it away or should I put it somewhere? Oh, and they also sent me a pretty much like a bumper sticker size Fireball. I don't know. I don't really know where to put that one, but that one's pretty cool. All right. And now we're almost done, guys. So we got more Napa Clean. Okay, so I got 2 bottles of Napa Cleaner. He sent me 2 test bottles of Napa Cleaner. If these foam, if these foam, I'm a big fan. If they foam and they keep the foam, like Polestar. If I can, I'm not sure. I don't think this is like 1 to 10. I think this is straight RTU. But if it foams pretty well, I'm gonna be very happy with that. And I think he may have sent, yeah, he sent a full 500. So I have 400 mils of this and 1 500 milliliters of Napa cleaner. Okay, this is their interior cleaner. Think of it like Polestar. Then they have Napa Coat, another 500 mils of Napa Coat. Again, I showed you 2 bottles already, and he sent me a 500 mil plus two Napa Coats. So we're gonna give away at least 2, if not 4. I might save one of these small bottles. These small bottles are just too cute. But I have 4 bottles of Napa Coat to give away. These bottles are just so adorable. And then for Grace, I have 1 Grace myself, and then he sent me a 500 milliliter bottle of Grace, which I believe, again, I think this is a ceramic quick detailer with 2 little bottles. These bottles are so cute. I mean, look at that. They're really hard. I'm like squeezing right now. They don't. They're much better quality than you think. You would think they'd be like very thin and flimsy. Nope. And then the Perquette. He sent me 2 bottles of Perquette, so I have four bottles of Perquette. Oh, those are easy coat. So 4 Perquettes, I think. And then back to that waterless max. We have waterless max, right? There's a little max right there. And then waterless. This is one of their new releases. I think both of these might be new. He sent this to me. This is RTU. It's their straight RTU. And then in their binder line, back to the binder line, they have this Carnauba premium hydrophobic wax. I think you spray this on and buff it on. I saw some Korean channel today. They compared this to, I think, either Kotsuba signature wax or Kotsuba gloss booster. Gloss Booster won it. Gloss Booster had like 103 impact, and this had like 102% droplet impact. So they're very close. But I do want to try this. I don't think I'm going to be able to test it that extensively like that channel that I saw. But I did notice that. Oh gosh, where are you going? I did notice that the video Katuba did a little bit better than Fireball. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Katuba seemed to perform better. And then Luke graciously sent me some wax. I'm debating if I should give one of these away. I haven't opened them yet. I don't know if they're the same wax. They could be the same wax. Ugh, I don't even want to bend the paper. Speaking of Katsuba signature wax, I'm actually doing some of that on my personal car. Just disappeared on me. I can already get a sniff of something. This is their special edition car meat wax. Ooh, I don't think I have this. What's up, Dark Dragon? I do not have this, I don't believe. It's called their car meat wax. Let's take a quick peek at this. So, special edition car meat wax. Ooh, they all have a very similar smell. They're all pretty much smell the same. Very good smell. Very good. Very, it will be nice to try that. So that's called special edition car meat. I don't think I have that one. So that's good. Let's see what the second one is here. Same purple label. This might be the same one. Yep, same one. Special edition car meat. So we got two of those. I might give it away. Maybe I'll give it away. So I'll do a waxing video strictly just for wax, and then I will give one of these away. So stay tuned. Make sure you're following my channel. I don't know if I'm at 200 yet. I was at 190 or so when I started the stream today. And when I get to 200, I'm giving away a full bottle of rinseless wash. So stay tuned. And that came with a wax applicator. Pretty cute. Pretty cute sound, nice little deep ridges. Looks like for the size, it should pair very well, right? Like a nice. There's no like fireball emblem on it or anything like that. So it looks like just like a kind of a generic, but I do like the size, right? Looks like it should be a decent size to kind of go to town. So that'll be nice to try. And then last but not least, we got two items here. Another thing, when I wanted to purchase a couple items, full disclosure, their website is awful. Okay, it's next to impossible to search anything on the website. When you type in coatings, they just show you like these super fancy coatings that you can't even get access to unless you're like trained with them. But they do sell spray coatings, and I couldn't find them on the website. I'd have to like to go out to Google, type in the name of the spray coating, hit Fireball, and hit search, and then it would send me to the link on the website. So the website is like really bad. I talked to Luke about this like 2 days ago. He told me that Fireball is actually working on completely redoing their website. They've been building it for 3 years, and they're going to be very soon, probably in the next few weeks, very soon, pretty much switching the website to a much better one. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot better website. What's up, Conway? I don't know if Conway's been here. Sorry, but hey, Conway, I saw Dark Dragon just got here. Hey, Three Rivers. Yeah. So these are the two spray coatings that he sent me. These are sample packs. I believe they sell Poseidon at a 200 milliliters for $47. This is 30 mil sample. I don't believe these. They don't sell this. And then Flash, 30 mils, also for 200 mils. I think it's like $30 for a spray bottle. So 200 mils is pretty good amount. If you see on here, it shows on the top is workability, so it's a 9, hydrophobics 9, slickness 9, glossiness 7. I hate this goddamn camera tonight. It's really pissing me off today. But anyways, with Poseidon, workability is 8, so it's not as high. Oh, and the durability is 12 months for this one. Durability says 18 months for this. My rule of thumb, divide those by 2 usually. So if it says 12 months, really say 6 to 8 months. If it says 18 months, really like 6 to 9 months, right? Okay. So workability 9, this one 8, hydrophobics 9, this one 9, slickness 9, this one 9, glossiness 7, this one a 10. So Poseidon also if I look online, I think Poseidon is their strongest, most robust spray sealants. Let's open this up to see what it looks like. I'm not sure if this is a full-on coating because it gives you a sprayer head in there, I think. Let's see. How do I open this? Don't want to rip the box here, but so it comes with a sprayer head, okay, little misting bottle, the hose part to that. And then here is the bottle. So 30 mil Poseidon. So this is called Poseidon. This one's called Flash. And then I believe they have spray coats for dark paint and they have spray coats for light color paint. I think it's called something dark and something white. I have to check. I have a lot of research to do. So that at the end of the day, this is I just wish it would look down. I just wish it would look down a lot better. Yeah, there we go. So that at the end of the day is stuff that Luke has sent me, stuff that I sent myself, and I hope to try it. I hope you guys either like it or don't like it. I hope that you guys support me trying it out, and then I'm going to be giving it away to you guys. It's just locked. This the camera. Honestly, I think this DJI Mobile 8 gets really tired after like 2 hours. I'm not liking the camera thing. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let's read your comments. Let me catch up. Have some last bit of coffee here. Lots of great South Korean brands out there. Some better than others. All right, let's see here. What did Three Rivers say about Fireball? I gotta scroll up a little bit. Speaking of Katsuba signature wax, I'm actually doing no, that's not it. I no, the Live Strong bands had the word world in a chokehold for a solid 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I remember that. That was like what, 2004, maybe 2004 to like 2009 or something, right when Lance was really big into cycling. I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely I was rocking my Live Strong, and then that got boring, and then everyone made their own bands, and there'd be so many colors, and then there'd be like breast cancer month bands, and then there'd be like purple bands for like military, and then there'd be like blue bands for whatever, and it's just there was bands for bands, and then if you were like emo, you would have like 60 different bands. I remember at one point I had like 4 or 5 different bands. It was so funny. You guys, the society was so much simpler back then, wasn't it? I'm really I'm going to message Luke because this came in the package that I bought. I'm guessing they just tossed it in there. It just has like a fireball like authenticity sticker. It doesn't really say anything other than fireball solution, and then it says export on it. I'm just curious what this is. They all smell the same. Honestly, they all have the same smell to it. I kind of thought that the different waxes have different smells, but right now at this point, they all have that very similar smell, which is like 9.5 out of 10. It's like one of my it's extremely good. It's like a very fancy hand lotion. All right, let me catch up, guys. And my lag, am I lagging good? Is everything good? Hey Alvin, Fireball isn't as good as the coding game as Luminous. Conway, that's a really good. So Greg, are you still in here? Greg, I'll take the Fireball USA sticker. Save it for me. We'll have to fight for that one. I think Greg, I'm willing to part ways with my favorite Fireball sticker. But I think we're gonna have to figure out a way to evenly have a winner. I think this is what I'm thinking of right now. So since Conway says that Luminous does better than Fireball, what if when Greg comes up here, we find portions of the car, we will keep track, write it down on the whiteboard. We're gonna test out Poseidon and Flash. And we're also going to try out. Oh, shoots. Hey, Greg, do you have any luminous coatings? Oh, you got the Graphene Pro, right? Do you still have that? Do you still have the Graphene Pro? Because I would like to try out what Conway just said. I would like to try the whatever luminous coating is. If Greg has it, because I don't have one. And so initially, I want to try the Katsuba coating, Katsuba spray coating versus the two coatings that I have here, and then we can kind of see which one does better. If Luminous or Katsuba does better than the Fireball, then Greg is going to win the USA sticker. Okay, that's going to be the goal. He's going to earn the sticker. I have the SP Pro spray on. You want to use the spray coating? I'm confused. Well, Greg might not. Greg, I think, is going to be here probably next weekend. I'm not sure his schedule. He's in the chat, but Conway, if you want to work out the details with me later, you know how to find me. I'm on Facebook. I have email. Um, if you want to send me something to just try, I'll pay for shipping. If Greg has it, I'll wait for Greg to bring up whatever. And I'm thinking like maybe a test like the front hood. I don't know how to like fully test this. I think my version of testing will be, was it easy to apply? Was it easy to wipe off? Do I notice like which one beads like relatively better? um and then maybe like in a month or two we can come back and see how it is, and then Greg will visit again, and then maybe one of us will earn that sticker. I'm Graphene Pro Coating. Okay, so maybe we'll bring the Graphene Pro Coating. Conway, is there any other Luminous coating that I'm not aware of? Is that the only one? I'm sure Luminous has a bunch of coatings here, right? Let me go House of Rags. House of Rags, I think, is the only one that sells Luminous right now, I think, at least for the US. I'm just gonna wait for you guys to chat. I'll let you see. So I'm just spitballing here. Greg, bring up Luminous, whatever Luminous, the L wash, the P wash, whatever Luminous pre-washes. I think you were gonna bring up initially. Bring up whatever Luminous coating you have, if you have it. Conway, reach out to me. Um, Send me whatever you think I should try. And then next week, I'm going to when Greg is here next week, we'll play with some of these spray coatings, and then maybe some of this other stuff here. We have a whole lot of stuff to deep dive. And you see all these cute little bottles. One of these little bottles could be in your hand. LM Graphene Pro, which is what Greg has. LM Diamond Pro, which is I think is what Jamie just showed, right? The Diamond Pro. LM Slick, LM Solid. What the hell? LM SMP. Bro, is this just like a joke now? LM Slick, LM Solid, LMSP Pro, ABCDEFG Pro. I'm just LM Graphene Pro 2.0. You have all of these? Jeez Louise. I almost think you were joking because what's the difference between all of these? Dibs on the leftover Kotba coating. Mondo, again, Mondo's, if you're willing to pay for shipping, I'm probably willing to send some stuff out. I just sent out Flint like a 4-ounce bottle of liquid and two towels. It cost me like $8. It wasn't that bad. I did pirate ship. It was actually not that bad. Yeah, so if Conway, if you don't want to waste too much time, if you want to just give me a brief rundown between this, what is it? One, two, three, four, five, six differences in those coatings, and maybe just send me one. You know what? Just send me one if it's not too crazy. Maybe send me one coating. Greg will bring up the LM graphene plus the pre-washes that he has, and then we will also do the Poseidon Flash Kataba coating and the Kataba ceramic spray coating, which I still have not used. So that's one, two, three, four, six coatings. That'll be six coatings. All right, Mondo, email me, Dan's Diamond Detailing at proton.me. The Diamond is the top line Graphene Pro is one step down. Uh, uh, so Diamond is the top line. Graphene Pro is one step down. Solid is the highest gloss. Slick is the slickest. Jesus, can't they just add all of them together? SP Pro is their pro spray coat. Graphene 2.0 is the entry spray coat. So Conway, if you want to send me something, just send me what you think you want to see. I'm not, again, we're having fun, right? Send me something you want to have fun. Diamond also has self heal. That sounds pretty cool. 8-year highest solids. If you want to send me something, send me whatever. I mean, yeah, Diamond. I mean, it's kind of like my thing, right? I thought Jamie was showing Luminous Diamond because I have Luminous Diamond, right? We've used Luminous Diamond. It's pretty stout, but I haven't tried Luminous Diamond on a. I never polished, right? I never polished. I didn't even panel prep. I just kind of like came in, sprayed it, buffed it off. Thought it was pretty good. It's kind of getting a little chilly in here, so I want to close this door. Starting to get a little chilly. It got to almost 60 degrees today, guys. Now it's 50. Probably gonna get to like 40 tonight. Let's see where we're at here. I have Katava ceramic. I'm excited to try it after seeing a few test videos. I do want to get more of their toppers right now. I only have signature wax. Three Rivers. I think so. I still don't fully understand their system. They got signature wax, they got gloss booster, and then they have something else. I can't recall. I can't now that I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think. What do they have? They have so gloss booster. Is that all I have? I have their leather. I have their clean glass cleaner. I have their wheel coating, thanks to Jamie. I have their wet coats, and then I have their interior cleaner. I could have swore I had signature wax. Maybe I don't. So they have gloss booster, they have signature wax, and I think they have another one. If I'm not mistaken, I think they have three things. And I always get confused. I think one of them is to the strongest. You spray that first, and then after a few hours, you let it cure. And then I think you come in with the gloss booster. It's kind of like with PNS, you got like Dream Maker, and then you come in with like I'm sorry, I said bead, I meant bead maker, and then you come in with either like paint gloss, right? Gloss booster, their paint gloss, which has like no protection, or their dream maker, which dream maker is also like I think dream maker is more aimed towards like just straight gloss. If I'm or maybe that's just paint gloss. I think dream maker I'm getting tired. I'm getting confused. But basically, this confused me. Signature wax, wet wax. There you go. Thank you, Conway. Signature wax, wet wax, and then gloss booster. So I think you come in with the signature wax, kind of like your strongest protectant. Then, did you say wet wax? Is Kataba tie slick in the boat heading to the? Are you talking about tie slick? Is one of their bottles, right? But yeah, to keep the story short, the Kataba, the whole system that confuses me. I would like Kataba to just say like step one, signature wax, step two, whatever Kanye said, step three, gloss booster, just something simple. I do like the art. I do like the performance. I'm just again, I'm doing like 50 brands. I kind of want it kind of relatively easy to understand. Okay, yeah. So gloss booster is the topper, kind of like paint gloss, right? Would that be similar to paint gloss? Wet wax is second. Okay, so and wet wax is different than wet coat. Okay, so probably what I would initially do is decom the car, clay it, right? Get it all clayed. You don't have to polish. Okay, let's just say you're not polishing, but come in with Katava's wet coat, rinse that off, right? Conway, is this what we're doing? Then once we dry it, we're gonna come in with the signature wax, buff that in, let it cure for a couple hours, then come in with the wet wax and or gloss booster. Am I understanding Kataba better? And I'll probably still forget this in like 2 hours. Random tax system is BOLA now. I don't know what that means, loser. I use paint gloss to vacuum. So Sydney suggested paint gloss to vacuum, and I think that's probably why I bought it. But once PNS came out with release, I just do release now. Release is better at the carpets than paint gloss, but release is very strong. So if you're spraying like four or five sprays on the carpet, it's very strong smelling. It smells good like a cleaner, but it can be very overpowering and it could kind of give you a headache if you don't like really strong smells. It doesn't smell like a cleaner. It actually smells very pleasant, but release is very strong. So if you I think release is better performing for what it does. It's literally a carpet anti-static. But like Sydney Bragrin suggested months before or years before we even have release, she was using paint gloss as a anti-static. And I think paint gloss, if I'm not mistaken, paint gloss smells like bubble gum. And release has like smells like a carpet cleaner. It smells like shit, like clean, refreshing clean, right? Not like laundry, not like flour. It's kind of like a like clean. But a little goes a long way. You don't want to spray too much because then your whole interior, when you're cleaning, because again, when you're cleaning a car, you tend to do the carpets first, right? You blow out the debris or you vacuum first, then you blow out what you didn't vacuum, right? Then you come in with your release or your paint gloss, right? To kind of get up the residual stuff that you couldn't vacuum before. So when you're in there, now it's going to smell really strong. So you don't want to spray too much because then you're going to start getting headaches because it smells really strong. And then yeah, you don't really need very much. I was gonna try release, but a gallon of paint gloss lasts forever. Yeah, well, again, paint gloss has zero protection. And if I remember Anthony from the rag company, he says you could like use paint gloss like as much as you ever want and you're never gonna have any issues. So you could pretty much just take a bottle of paint gloss and just pour it over your car and just go to town. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but there's no protection to it. So just go to Gloss Town. I'm not sure with Kataba's gloss booster if there's any protection. I'm not too familiar, but I know paint gloss does not. I think paint gloss would be very similar to C6 C6 Mist from DIY. The brand, those static releases for hair is nothing more than liquid fabric softener being sprayed. You're probably right, Conway. You're probably right. Yeah. I heard about the smell too. Yeah, it's very strong. I like it, but I still use it. Like I just said, I used to do paint gloss. I do release now, but I've learned that it's very strong smelling. I usually just do like two or three max. Let it sit for 10, 15 seconds, slight brush of it, maybe depending. And again, this is a case by case basis. My car is relatively maintained. So most of my issues is the dog hair. Okay. I have a dog hair. It's not like a husky where it's very light and it floats. My dog's hair is heavier. It's a little bit more coursey and they're more like needles. So they actually like get into the fibers and they actually get stuck in the fibers. So you have to like manually brush the like pine needle type hair out of the carpets. So having a anti-static is very helpful for me. Um, if you're a dog person, there's different types of dog hair. Mine is like the type of hair that like doesn't really float. It's not very light enough to float, but it can like wedge into the fibers. So, again, my main point is one or two sprays, and then it really helps. And then get a fur eel, some sort of vacuum tool. Yeah, a good vacuum is also very important, right? And knowing how to use a vacuum. So you don't want to like put the vacuum on a carpet and you're not getting any suction. If you're not getting any suction, you're not cleaning. You do want to have a attachment that you're still getting airflow, so you're actually getting some good cleaning. Blah blah blah. I use PNS Vacuum Aid. Yeah, that's what I think we just said, Mondo. I think that's called release, right? I've got bulldogs. Short hair is the worst. Oh yeah, bulldog hair is very similar to the. I have a hound. Right? It's like a coon hound to be specific. And yeah, most dog hair is hard in general, especially if you don't clean very often. I have friends that dilute fabric softener 1 to 10 as a vacuum aid. Interesting. Side note: anybody who's new here, which I'm assuming we're what 3 hours and 15 minutes in. I'm assuming anyone who's still here is not a an ab uh, someone who. I assume if you're here, you know what you're doing. Okay, those who may not understand what I'm talking about, you do not use fabric softener to wash your microfiber towels. Okay, fabric softener will clog the pores of your fibers. Okay. But what I do notice is that there is a thing called scent beads. If you ever see in the go to Target, you go to the laundry aisle, they have scent beads. Scent beads is just fragrance. There's no softener inside. So this is a Easter egg, and this is not necessary. And you can try this at home at your own discretion. But what I like to do is of course, I'll soak my microfiber towels in some sort of solution. Once the towels are saturated, usually overnight, 24 hours, whatever, I go to the laundry room and I'll pour the towels into the laundry bin, whatever. And I will pour a couple of scent beads of my choice, not very strong, but a couple of scent beads, and I'll add some microfiber wash. Either it's Rag to Riches, Yum's microfiber wash, which is really good. That watermelon. If I'm using Yum's, I'm not adding scent beads. Okay, because the watermelon smells really good. But if you're not using Yum and you don't like the watermelon smell, put a dash of scent beads in towels and use, either Renaissance or Rags to Riches or maybe this some towel cleaner, which I was impressed. It said, what did it say? Like 6 mils, 4 mils, 4 mils for 12 liters of water. That's ridiculous. That's amazing. And then your towels will smell like those scent beads and they won't be clogged fibers. So check that out if you like fragranced towels. And then my drawer, that nicely folded drawer, I open it up and I get that nice fragrant smell. Fabric softener. I don't know shit. Conway, you know too much. The only people that know is when you realize you don't know. So Conway, he knows. Fabric softener, 5-to-1 cleans best. Oh, let's see here. I like to wash my microfibers in a 50-50 mix of Renaissance and Yum microfiber. Also, by the way, you'll always see 2 seconds. Let me do two things here. I'm going to keep the camera. Since my DJI is dying, I'm just going to get a quick charger for it. And in the same time, I'm going to grab a couple of microfiber stuff that I really like. Since my laundry room is like 15 feet away, I'm just going to charge this really quick with a charger. Yeah, so I'm charging this now with a wireless. When I was doing filming, I noticed my meta glasses, they die really fast. So what I did was I upgrade to the GoPro now, which again, I haven't filmed in like 3 weeks because I'm doing these lives. But my theory is I have a chest cam and the GoPro, and then I will wear this on the GoPro. So then I could just film for like 2 straight hours. And if you know GoPros can drain pretty fast, right? They give you like, 20, 30, 40 minutes of film time. Get yourself a small portable battery bank, and you can I was filming my GoPro for like 3 hours. 1 second, let me just show you something really quick that I think is important. I notice a lot of people, they will recommend, if you have clogged towels, I notice a lot of people will recommend vinegar, like a cup of vinegar. But I found something that's actually a lot better. Let me show you. I got a couple of bottles of it here because some of them are actually clear, free of fragrant smells, and some of them actually have a nice smell to it. So Nick McGurk, I'm not calling out Nick McGurk, but I think you see a lot of microfiber wash videos or tutorials that will always say wash your microfibers in cold water, don't use hot water, don't use fabric softeners, use rinseless, microfiber solution to wash your towels. But then one thing that they forget, they say, "Oh, use vinegar to unclog your towels." A short little backstory: vinegar will actually mess up the rings and the seals of your dish or your washing machine. So don't do vinegar. Check this stuff out. This is called Downy Rinse and Refresh. This is an acidic detergent. Basically, what you're going to do is when you open up the drawer in your laundry, there's like two sides. One is for your like laundry detergent, which is on this side usually. I'm reversed. So usually on your left side, there's like the laundry, and there's usually like a small pocket that says fabric softener. You're gonna pour a half a cup, or like not half a cup, like a half of like a cap, like a half an ounce of this instead of vinegar. Okay. Not only does it come in clear, so there's no smells for sometimes, but sometimes if you want a fragrance, this is 5 times stronger than vinegar. So one capful is like 5 cups of vinegar. Okay. So if you think vinegar will unclog your towels, this is 5 times stronger. will either give you a fragrance or no fragrance, and it won't dry out and mess up your seals in your dishwasher or in your laundry machine. So if you're having clogged towel issues, the reason why this exists is not because of us. This is not here because Downey said, "Oh, auto industry people have a trouble with their clogged towels." This is not why they invented it. They invented this because a lot of people, they sweat, they got very dirty clothes, right? Like residual body odors and mineral deposits, right? This is an acidic, right? We know what acidic detergents do, right? They break down the minerals, and the old shampoos that might still be stuck on your clothes. Have you ever had like a workout shirt and you like sweat through it all the time, and you wash it and you wash it and you still have that like slight stink to it, that slight odor? That's because there's minerals and residues and residuals that are still stuck on your fabrics, and you'll need like an acid mineral remover to kind of like reset your clothes or unclog your towels. That's why we do vinegar, but we're not doing vinegar anymore because this is 5 times better and it's more effective and it works. And sometimes you might want to smell, sometimes you won't. So my thought is, if you have clogged towels, try something like this. If you don't have clogged towels and you just have really stinky odor, like really high like activity, like jock pants, or maybe some socks that just never get clean, definitely put a half a cup in your fabric softener container and let me know what you think, because this stuff slaps, guys. This stuff is insane. A little goes a long way. I don't use this every time I wash my towels. I will only use this maybe like once every 10 washes, or once I'm starting to use a drying towel and I'm seeing that it's having troubles absorbing water, clogged fibers, right? So when the fibers are clogged, don't do vinegar. Do some sort of I don't know what it's called. They call it rinse and refresh. It's a deep cleansing fabric rinse. Add your user detergent before adding Downy rinse. I want to see if they show you. So, breakthrough low pH solution clarifies your fabrics by removing the residue buildup that detergent at a pH neutral cannot. So, basically, this is an acidic laundry detergent that helps you unclog your towels. This is a replacement to vinegar. It's 5 times more potent than vinegar. That means 1 cup is like 5 cups of vinegar. And plus, you don't have to smell, not everyone likes to smell the vinegar. All right, let's see where we're at here, guys. And I'm going to finish this up here for you. I like to wash microfibers in a 50-50 Renaissance and Yum. That's a really good mix. That's a really good combo, Conway. Wife said, I can't use the washer for my towels. That's interesting, Flint. Why not? Why can't you? Is your towels like really that bad? Makes no sense. Kanye, thanks for the tip. I've been using Renaissance and Yum Wash and it works well. Cleans incredible, Greg. And the scent, yeah, the scent of Yum is so good. Even Renaissance is pretty good. It has like a Sprite kind of smell to it, if I'm not mistaken. Kanye West says, all my Go pros love to overheat. Switch to DJI and never had an issue. Yeah, I have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I hardly use it right now. I've been using this more probably just because these live streams, but yeah, DJI gets relatively hot. I haven't really fully tried. I have the DJI 13. I've only used it once, so I really need to start trying that more. I wash my towels when my girl isn't home. That's a good idea. Mondo says, Flint, get a mini washing machine from Home Depot. Yeah, dude. Mini washing machine, they're like $100, or maybe 150 now or something, because everything's getting expensive. But just get like a small portable like $150 washer that you can kind of hook up to a sink. It might not give you hot water, but it will give you that agitation, and some might even spin to dry, right? You're not going to get the heat from a dryer, but some will wash, agitate, and then have a spin cycle. All you have to do is just hook it up to a hose to your like sink so it can kind of drain and it can kind of get water from the hose. Check that out if you can. Blah blah blah. Wash them in water. Wash them in warm to mild hot water. The wash cycle with heat won't damage the towels. Yeah, I usually do warm water. I usually do kids socks. I usually do warm water, Yeah, the scent fills up part of the downstairs. Are you talking about what scents are you talking about, Greg? Are you talking about like vinegar? I don't know which scents you're talking about, Greg. Okay, so with the detergent, but in the softener spot, no taken. Yeah. So loser, I don't know that name. That name is funny, but not loser. This is pretty much only used if you're going to use vinegar, right? If your towels are clogged, or maybe you have like workout gear that you just can't get to smell good again. You got that like that stank. It's because you're using pH neutral detergents, which is like most of them. This is an acidic to kind of break down that mineral residue. Okay. This is instead of vinegar because we're in 2026. We have technology that's a lot better than vinegar and it's a lot less aggressive to your machine. And some actually smell good or no smell. Okay, so with the detergent, but in the softener. Yeah, I just read that. Derek Dragon said they call those rinse aids. Yes, I believe it is literally called rinse and refresh. And it's an acidic. I could test it. Let's just test the pH, right? Let's test the pH real quick. I could also probably go online and type in Downy rinse and refresh and see the pH. I'm gonna guess it's like a 2, something like that. Let's try the gentle, full and gentle. I really like the blue one. The what's it called? Ocean mist. All right, so it's definitely orange. Now it's turning reddish a little bit. Let's see what this is. I'm gonna bring it to the camera, and I'm going to bring my sheet. So let's see what this is. Okay. So what do you guys think that is? Can I get you a good angle here? There we go. There you go. That's a good angle. Looks like maybe a 2. Like I said, probably a 2. So it's down there. Okay. It's down there. All right. So it looks like it's around a 2. I think one is like a purple. So to me, looking at it from here, yeah, it's either a 3 or a 2. Maybe a 4. 4 and 3 look very similar from here. Okay, we're pretty much done, boys. Put that on the ground. I'll deal with that later. Okay, this light was just so weak. Okay. She thinks the chemicals are going to get on the clothes. Interesting. Well, I mean, once she understands that's not how it works, maybe she'll let you wash it in. Yeah, they are kind of cheap, the mini washers. And then there's like portable washers for like people who go camping and stuff. There's like some really small ones. They might not last very long. But yeah, you get what you pay for, right? Yeah, mini washers for sure. You might not get the hot water, you might not get that full extraction from like a real machine, but again, it does what it's got to do. Yum Wash and Mike and Renaissance scent. That's what you were saying. Greg said the scent fills up part of the downstairs. Yeah, that I think it's more of the Yum Wash. I think the Yum Wash is a lot stronger than the Renaissance. What do you think? That Downy makes sense. Like using a pre-wash. It's basically like a reset, right? It's like a mineral reset. You got the alkaline reset for your dirt and grime, which I'm not gonna bore you about laundry stuff, but Oxy, okay, OXI, if you heard of OxyClean and all that stuff, Oxy is actually just um liquid liquid bleach. Okay. Oxy is basically liquid bleach in a safe molecule. And Oxy, which is pretty much a safe bleach, performs better when it's dry in a powder form. So you might see some detergents that they say like with oxy and they're like in powder. Those usually perform better when you have really dirty clothes as opposed to the liquid detergent versions. Some will even have both. Like some of the detergent pods actually might have the highest cleaning. I can again, if you're really serious about this stuff, I can show you where I get this information. But the reason why the pods can be the best cleaning is because they have two chemicals that aren't actually merging until the cleaning cycle, because once they merge, they perform like an extra cleaning. But they can't do well to merge. That's why they're separate at first. So they literally do this on purpose to kind of create the best cleaning. But for the most part, if you have really dirty clothes or really dirty towels, get a solution of warm water, not hot, warm water. Pour some OxyClean. They have different ones. They have ones for colors. They have ones for white, and they really do a good job at stains and breaking up like really dirty stuff. So soak your towels in Oxy. Again, I can do a whole episode on cleaning, but yeah, liquid bleach pretty much. Billy Mays here. Yeah, pretty much. My gauntlets are clogged. Billy Mays. Yeah, dude, I miss Billy Mays. Didn't he die in like 2010 or something? 1 to 5 to 2. Yeah, that sounds about right. Did you look that up, loser? Did you look that up? I'm surprised we're still going so long. We're at like my wife's gonna kill me. We're almost 10 o'clock at night. Let's wrap this up, boys and girls. So we did whatever we did for Gion. I think it was pretty good. It wasn't blowing me away. All the scents were very like similarly citrusy. Um, the wheel cleaners was pretty underwhelming for me. Now, obviously, the wheels are not very dirty, but the lack of foaming, RTU bottles, very strong smelling of the iron. Um, I can't recommend the wheel system from Gion. I like the bottles. The bottles look really cool. The pre-wash and the rinseless, I think the both of them were very mildly pleasant. I don't think they smelled very strong. I think they rinsed off pretty well. Moderately slick. I think it was a big difference with the tri-fiber mitt instead of detail popo. I think the detail popo I probably won't use it much anymore. And even though it looks like that that red Clean sponge, which I don't have, the feeling, it felt like, it felt like a double flip microfiber towel. It has the same fibers as a microfiber towel, but that and it was relatively heavier than the tri-fiber. And when I came in with the tri-fiber, it was so much slicker. Okay, like 9 out of 10 slick. Popo was like 4 out of 10. Then we rinsed. Then we came in with a waterless, or I'm sorry, a drying aid of Eco Wash. Didn't really notice much of a difference. They both dried pretty well. I used the Popo's pretty much DIYs, mini drying blankets, I think they're called, the mini drying blanket. And then we also use the Diva, which is pretty much my favorite drying towel, the Rinseless Diva V2. I think the Diva did a lot better. It was a lot slicker. When I noticed the mini drying blanket, the Dito Popo's mini drying blanket, I think it's called can you give me 2 seconds to just show me what it's called? The Detail Popo's drying blanket is called Minty Rain. Okay, Minty Rain, 1200 GSM. So the Minty Rain, I feel like it didn't when the car was wet, super grabby, like 1 out of 10, very grabby. But I noticed that when I came in with the Rinseless Diva, coming back with the Minty Rain, it was very smooth. It feels like the Minty Rain drying blanket, DIY drying blanket, is really good for kind of like that final buff off. Like maybe you see a little some sleeks on the or some streaks on the glass, or maybe you see a little high spot. That minty rain slash drying blanket, that low pile, was nice. It was nice. I probably still would use two FTWs or two Mr. Twisters, or I probably would come in with the rinseless diva and then a Mr. Twister or whatever we call it here, and that's just me. But I'm starting to like this minty rain. I like the low pile. I like this low pile for certain situations. And then we're almost done here, boys. My throat is sore. Then okay, so we dried the towels. We used their quick detailer, right? Is that what it's called? Quick detailer? It was called quick detailer, right? I didn't notice it very much. It was not like yum. It was not like yum ceramic. It was not like GT's quick too, where it's like butter, right? It's like just you just want to just touch the paint, right? With those. I noticed that it was slicker than nothing. I noticed it dried the paint and the glass better than nothing. But I would not probably find myself buying that bottle. Um, I wouldn't find myself going out of the way for that. And then once we dried it, oh, and we also did the Geon wet coat. I think a lot of us know Geon wet coat. The froth was pretty minimal. It's very hard to do a beating test because the car already has like a bunch of wax on it. We didn't kill the wax. Let's look at the tire, right? I think it's been over 15 minutes, right? So let's come in. Let's take a peek at the tire, see how it's looking. It's looking better. Oh, I gotta take the camera. I gotta take the brain out. There we go. All right, take the brain out. Look down, sir, sir, and then let's get my light cart. Just because I'm a light man and I like doing light things. Oh my god, I just walked over here and I just looked at how many bottles I have of Fireball, and I just got immediately overwhelmed. I have like 50 bottles here. I'm very overwhelmed right now just seeing these bottles. All right, so let's get a little light. Shine your lights. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's a nice, that looks glossy wet, right? That looks glossy. That is looking glossy. Look up a little bit. Very glossy. You can kind of see where I missed through the treads, which is a good indicator. In fact, I don't think I really need to take it off. Let's do a little wipe down, right? Let me zoom in a little out. Let's get a little bit of let's just get a paper towel. I don't think a microfiber is necessary. Let's just get a little paper towel. Definitely see some wiping there. Yep, definitely see that. So it's almost like I'm wiping it off. That's not clean, boys. Or is that the tire stuff? But you can kind of see right where I wiped it, right? It's right here, right? And is this supposed to be dirt, or is that supposed to be this tire shine? I liked how it looked before. I like this super wet look. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just one of those like boomers at heart, but I love dripping wet tires. I love, not to change the subject, but I found my wash bucket from 2015 and look what was in there. Do you guys remember using something like this? Is anyone new to the old school stuff? But this stuff slings like a MFer. But man, does it make a wet looking tire. I like wet. I love dripping wet. I don't know about you guys. Some people like satin, some people like OEM. I'm a dripping wet man. And yeah, quite dirty. I don't know. Again, I'm not a tire expert. What are your thoughts? Is this dirt or is this the tire shine? Let's see. And I'm going to bring the camera along with the journey. Let me zoom out. There we go. You can see that here. You see that nice rusted rim there from the wash? So you can kind of see where I didn't wipe, right? You can see, you can kind of see that's personally, I wouldn't put all this work wiping tires, letting things sit. For me, if I'm a pro and I'm washing 5 cars a day, 4 cars a day, I want convenience. I want to be able to just wipe down the tire and let it just naturally sit, right? Let it naturally even. I don't want to have to wait 15 minutes, wipe it down, and get all these creases. That's a lot of time that's wasteful. Even as an enthusiast, if I'm cleaning my tires once a week, I'm putting how long does tire trim tend to last? Weeks, months? I don't think I want to spend much more time other than, you know, 30 seconds kind of scrubbing it and then beyond with my life. That's pretty much my mindset. I don't know what you guys think. Let me bring this back. My phone is at 20%, but I do have this battery here, so I'm charging it now. This is clutch, guys. Having your own charging station. Okay, so let's wrap this up, guys. I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna have to put all this fireball away and all this stuff. And don't forget hashtag Gion in the comments when you guys are done. Giving away 3 bottles of that Eco Wash, which is it's okay. It was all right. I think it was all right. It is doesn't really want to. I'm just gonna have to. Just gonna just uncharge it because it doesn't want to really. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I gotta take a break and give you my last words, and I'm gonna end this mug. All right, the Black Magic OG AutoZone special. Yeah, dude. Do they even still sell the Black Magic OG special? Again, this is a bucket. I have some more items in there. There's a lot of shit. Should I just get it real quick? Look at this thing. This thing was too lazy. It couldn't even follow me. Let's give you a quick taste test of 10 years ago, guys. I know the thing didn't even this literally didn't even want to follow me. Oh, look how slow it's moving. It's like, Dan, just end the stream already. Please. I'm begging you. So you saw this. We're in 2015 now, guys. This is 2015. We just went back like 11 years. Oh my God, what is that? What is this? What are we doing? Oh no, top tier stuff, guys. Top tier stuff. This is that top tier. Oh boy. Yum yum. Yum yum yum. This is the good stuff. This is where, oh geez. What is this even? I don't even know what this is. This is super protectant. Interior protectant. This will probably create grease and shininess and just awful, right? Don't forget, we got that for the tire too. And even this bucket has aged. Even the bucket is right. It's seen better days, right? Even this guy must have died like 9 years ago of diabetes or something. I haven't seen him in a while. Does Home Depot even have like a mascot anymore? Where's the new fish? Let's see. I might have it. This looks like the last bottle. Oh, and I also have some things. The slipperiest, greasiest stuff you can find. Oh, and also, this is what I would use. This is what I would use for an interior cleaning towel. Oh, and some brushes. Some brushes. This is for the vents. The ventilation. I've never even used it yet. Nice little vent wipes. And then there's one more thing in here that's not here because the baby likes to play with this bucket. So let me find it, see if it's on the floor here. He loves to play with this bucket. Oh, I have a second bucket here, but it's not really much stuff. So basically, let me just walk the other way so you see it again. So this is my drying towel and my this is my rinseless, and these are my drying towels. Yeah, good stuff, guys. Top tier. Okay. So I started somewhere, right? We all started somewhere. It's just for me, I found this time capsule because I think this is what I brought when I was from Chicago, and I was like just I used to drive a cab, and I would just clean my car every day because I had like I would drive probably like 200 miles a day, and I'd have I don't know 10 to 15 people in my car every day. So I would clean in the morning if I didn't go out really late, and I would clean towards the end of the night. And sometimes if I had some time, I would do a quick little dust down or a quick little wipe down if the car got dirty because I gotta keep my stuff clean. So I would clean it often. I might not have been cleaning it correctly, but I was cleaning. All right, so let's read your comments, and I'm gonna let you bid you all farewell and adieu. Adieu. Glad I caught you. Glad I caught you live finally. Good times. Also, don't forget to follow me. I'm giving away 1 liter of Kosh Chemi acidic rinseless when I get to 200. I don't know where I'm at now. Let's see. I can just do a quick check. Probably still at 190. So yeah, still 190. Hopefully I'll get to 200 one day. One day, guys. It could happen. So don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to share and hit Gian hashtag Gian in the comments when this live is over. That's definitely not a 70-30 blend. Yeah, it's probably like a 60-40 or a 50-50, Mondo. The absorber. Is that Rain-X? Yes, that is Rain-X, wherever it is now. Yeah, that's Rain-X. I think you're supposed to pour that. Again, this is like 10 years ago, but I think you're supposed to pour that in your thingy. In the thingy over there. Canon event started out with an Armor All sail bucket. What is that? Canon event. I started back in 80. We had very little. We had very little to be able to use. What do you mean, Kanye? You mean like you didn't have very many products to choose from? Is that what you're saying? California Duster. Yeah, oh dude, that also is over there somewhere, but I had a California Duster hanging here that I used to wipe off the interiors, but yeah, it's not very smart. We were lucky to have water. Yeah, Three Rivers, we're pretty much piecing out. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I think I saw some emails written in there. I'm not going to be able to see these comments until probably like the next 30 hours once the video fully loads, and then I can see the live replay. So if you want to email me quicker, you can either find me on Facebook, right? Dan's Diamond Detailing. I'm on Facebook, or Dan's Diamond Detail at proton.me. So you can send me an email. If I think Mondo, if you're still here, Mondo, if you want to work out some shipping, I can kind of work out your address and see what you want to send, and I can kind of do the schematics of how much things should weigh because pirate ship seems to be pretty good, and we'll figure out something. um, I think you wanted to try something. I think the Kotsuba coating, you probably won't get that for a couple of weeks, right? Because Greg's not going to be here until at least a week, and then we'll try it out, and then whatever's left should be should be some stuff left because I'm not going to do the whole car. Yeah, so we'll figure that out, Mondo. And Flint's, if you're still here, hope you get your towels and your bead maker next week. Um, Hopefully, 3 winners will get Eco Wash within 24 hours. I'll pick it within 24 hours, and then we'll see you on Friday for the Fireball fun, and maybe Greg will be here. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Dan. This is Dan's Diamond Detailing. Keep it tight, keep it clean. You never heard those phrase before, and I will see you guys on the next one.